beloring tolbe dahata betilin nalale mbali je kan mbali muy kan wodongo tolbe dahata le membe kering alingantilin yulula nyuluna damunela kambe dahan membe kering gabonyine nyama mbaliko ninyine belori jaliban na doya nyama dahata betilin nalale mbali je kan mbali muy kan wodongo ndolbe dahata le membe kering alingantilin yulula nyuluna damunela kambe dahandi yo mbalikoma jaliban na doya nyawanya mbaliko.
Do you want to get more value for your dollars? And if the fees you pay for your transfer also matter to you?
Then ABS Money Transfer is your approved way to send money, Nduga, cash power or mobile credit to family and loved ones in the Gambia.
Sending money with APS is like sending SMS. Our service is fast, reliable, safe and convenient. We have all our services under one roof at APS. We give you competitive rate, low fee and more payout locations nationwide than competition. We provide instant cash pickup, home cash delivery, or better still, deposit money direct into your personal bank account in the Gambia and be in charge of who sees what sits in your personal bank account.
Our APS cash service provides you with great peace of mind whilst you are on holidays in the Gambia. Should you run out of cash, you can use our POS for unlimited cash withdrawal with your European bank card. Just call us on 399-5264 for this service.
Our unique and innovative Nduga service provides and delivers high-quality essential goods locally sold in the Gambia. You can buy food items such as cooking oil, rice, sugar, and other essential goods.
You can also buy building materials to build your big and magnificent houses on time with our nationwide Nduga coverage service. No more going to the market. With APS Nduga, we let you concentrate on other important tasks while we take care of your Nduga shopping.
You can send money from anywhere in the world to the Gambia with APS using your bank card, and our services are available 24/7 online. Our Senegal and other African customers can use our Worry service.
Download our APS Money app today from Google Play Store or App Store.
Call us today on our UK office number +44 121 64 33003 or on WhatsApp +44 790 402 8180 or on our Gambia office number 399 5264 or on WhatsApp on 399-5264.
Better still, visit us online at www.apsinternational.com.
APS is a service approved by you.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين mari Gambian kolu terol nin kanin tewlu kalbe konton membe kerin television bumbatu alnalteri kanin tewlum lamini konate nimil bijam bi na alpha bal minimo seku sedi liti o manke moye luntanti Gambia bele seku sedi lolong ning Gambia din kendo do fanam bijang min keda alfati makamo mi yalon ko war labulu bake wala mo docteur e ka fa sirif kora war mo jama ka fa docteur mol mi yalon ko be amite bank ebe non amite school to no 1991 kata fo 1996 mo jama ka fa len wol wala bijam bi wala be fe jang ka kacha kale bi min mo na programme on ka kere sibiti wo sibiti nan hakilo ba kan programme on nan jang ka kibarolu ke itame ke jibe tawul kaf me news review loku lokun ngole kale jang nimmil ko ke wala mu faderati adama fadera anin awamane deleka miniketa programme on atale jang ni mine keta don abelore mun kun abelore min kan ko mi ngafu nyami kat kibarol ke yirika kibarol mi lalon ko e keta molla kibarol mi lalon ko e mol sula baake ni lokun tambilal kono nal hakilo ba kan fanan bi mu be dunda sankoto min kono abilo matili floti atnande ko lafta min kala wala nyinde ko ka nyin san tambila fanan ka yirika kala ka ko kacha ka jibe den nsina jibe nyin sankoto mi lalon ko bimba kono Gambia anin Gambia dingolu nyin sankoto ay mune dilan tolla o mbe na jikko nen na yiri kolto anumbe kolu milalon ko mbe yilla kema obe sankuto nyi abe kelanto le nyadileti na crossroad to anin na mirarol to nga kolya ko dol sodo jande be na programme oto mo men na ne milalon ko kanyin kacha natale wala mu adama fadara ni awati kabona home digital fm woli mannano katun ko nga kolya ko sodo internet ko soto bi gambe banko kan atnande ko nga kolya ko sodo pour sol dundinam programme oto nyami so baade le kal hakko dani kal fanan ka fale ko ni manken sawoti bar buton kulebe Gambia mielon ko anyanda kila kutu mielon ko asesenia Gambia dingol mamuniatinna internet o mantare Gambia laftara nyami wala baade le komi nsidon kacani kono ka na kacalal pour isal isa ifang falie isal bismillah de kacani kono nga commencé na jatabala min mo seku serility den sinata sirif korea seku
yo assalamu alaikum lamin konate baraka bafala a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim bismillahir rahmanir rahim mbe kacha menna mbe audience kendol mel yalon ko wala be kiring anin su FM radio melbina lamola nyato be konton no makla mo be happy new year to all of them ita fa wala min be konton nabake as the moderator for this annual review ngamenke sawosang stock taking kabang sangala cool analyze men colleague kontona me alon ko natal be programme to be Mr. Cora Sirif Cora America bismillah la programme to mbafula mobe ko alaman dunna ni sankuto kono kaira kono 2021 alama 2021 fisa 2020 di alama kala santi me alon ko asentol be nafa na banko fanan ay nafa alama nyato dakela mbeji opportunity fanan tala lamin ka sero ñi ñoo wato ni mo do le jang man satala la demaro to wonti jang sabante frol alama ne mani kafar kele be dame moto je karla bari be dame wajibiyata la duwe so in program la kumaya do so we want to remember those people inte killing to folano bari mo bantani sama ko ani ni santo mal kadwe alama alayso arjama sanala abaraka baka lamin
abaraka baka thank you very much ko alma duwal jabila sirif
lamin assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh be kontonna be Mr. Seli li fanam kontonna ani la moyer lalbe Gambia ani Gambia pantala mbafule be assalamu alaikum mbafule happy new year ke Seli la ko jinkan be duwana banko ani sabante fulol be falang si duwa fala sila Johnson la Johnson and 2021 inshallah fa ala suke mo le sound mo yaran ka ba kala sanson ya dem gad njusula ka bake ya bunya dinna pro kanadan bi ka falma in kacha kuma rimto mun denta bankola kacha kola kuma ko mon kada serum ade be nyaati lin kan samunna amu importance nyamin banko dinoliye wo mun jusula ku bati so mbeten to lawla ni la moy ralbe fala de assalamu alaikum
baraka bake sirif almadu wal jabila badewlu kal hakilo blande ko mineketa programme belori minna wala mo ka news review ke loko sibidi talam fula mil bulo ba nyum programme ko to wala mo APS nan lafta koro kila tariya nyama APS wolmu nyon tawlati ba katakam bake ka gambe dinglu ke sembentuya fanna jamato ila sula kolto woto APS mbe tandula mbe jayla mbe nimbarala for a job well done because gambe dinglu sembentuya ila hamme kol kono ila nyin dépense o kumata bakele badi wolo butung mandin kol kamen foy ko ni mobe ko mala e fanasi konoma ngal dani ali APS fanan ali customize sadio ko programs like this can frequently be aired buto badi wolo bide kacha balle bijam bari ngamol la so jam yalan ko alhamdulillah wolu ninata hakilo la ale so hakilo la bake andum fanan mollam yalan ko tonya mollam moyti woto review rati wrong wala nyinde ko mba yiri kakelel wrong asikenon na jeronal te kenon la kilinti bara min kumata jam wala nyinde ko mbe hamu menti wala mu sobeya kendeya ani yirwa nyata so de gambe banko ka woto kibarol kono woto fonsi yiri kakol la kende ke bar buton atulle fanan be kala molti melan ko albe commandeur si commandeur ke yal tafo ndel ko fente be fen fo kan jam o be kala tulla mirol de bar buton atulle fanan be atulle tamu muroti atulle tamu suboti yal yakundu dawdan ding abetata badi ngolu jande be dunna na kacha kono folo lafta ka kibaro kungul jibe ni lokun tambila kono wala mu nyente ko TRRC accuses senior police prosecutor Almame Manga of imprison her 40 days old daughter. Wala minde ko mo sota min dal TRRC ni lokun kono ay tumira ko police la momi nga ka molu aka molu samanindi aka molu kitindi je wala mo Almame Mangati ako kitla nyemin fo safo witness min fo la nyinde ko wala ele adimani da denano nyin mi ala ngo tembo abe sanyi abe tiltanani dam maneto da tiltanani dam maneto denano pour kadundu kasoto wala keta modi mi ala ko o keta kuti mi ala ka mol sula baki la mol niyo ka ni lokum tambela yo ngaki ngamin kibaro fana so jenga ngamin so jang kibaro tambila ko no la nyinte ko Farato Health Center emergency room in horrible situation. Waramu Faraton call fanala ila emergency molu dami yalonko le pano dami yalonko ka molu kere to sambaje fende fo bata kol mel boyte kan o accident mel boyte kan ko mol samba dami e ko je al halobe u jawarim bakele yo e ko gonjur council fanan ay president Baro commandé Gunjur Council called President Barrow to explain to them about alleged escape of mother of Gunjur man. Woto Gunjur Council of Anambe I wasiro ke ako President Barrow sa dante moje momi alon ko ay mofa je wakata ñu ñame so ila ofana mu ko mi alon ko mo fa je abotna kibaro botna mun tole wala mu home FM Eko President Barrow says to northwest of public fund. Wala mun ko standard newspaper fana ya tande ko President Barrow ko alanin to anyin murumuru menke abenyi banku tamo min keka amanke banku la ko de tinyati. So fana kibaro bodan standard news. Min fana fana wala nyande ko Lamin Diba's family returned President Barrow's $50,000. So fana fana kibaro ko no lokun tambila wala nyande ko Lamin Dambo Dibatala almande man kafara kala wala fan la baadi wala ye kodo murundi man sakun President Baroma mi yalon kata kanya wultallulla o fanan ko ñu watinga akata kacha kolti daldo tare yo balbutun eko government to investigate death in hospital nal hakilo ba kam baadi wala ñu watin adiamo sere baake tumo menna molu ba fo kan ko na musolu milan ko tingulto be tingulto jama be fa kan tingulto ni nyala banto o kata ko milan ko mol sula baka ni ko warta baki so bal man sakunda fa na mi fo le ko man sakunda ba ko ni ba kiskisila le kaje mun lekata je ande mun dalil munatanda ni problème be keka yo walbutum nin tara won sa min fo do wala ko sandem family solo sande na family tala solo sande alman ne man kafara kala o fana family kaliko o ibe ye tawon tale ko ibe jamme natlale pour ay ka kitinde nin kumu don kuma la sutiya anin nga kibaro fana sodo ko nye jama fana biyela milan ko nye nyandewlu yemutam gunjuru fana ko ko be nyewla ne bala nye kolbe alhalo nyame fana woto fundinde bakele wona foroya newspaper woto bari wolo jandimbo dun non te abe fola de bari be kuklim bi jam yelon ko lafta ninna kacala lewo ko jibe wala mo men na mo musolbe fakam bake tingoto anada ke kibar mi yelon ko mol niyo kuya ay abe mol sokkam bakele ko lo kon kilen kono atada fo musu woro min yalon ko ifada tingoto so man sakunda ko iba ko nyin kiskis la se ko ngafre ba folo tema se ko kabire nyim kibaro moy especially nyi watimbe pamodu membe kering aba ko nyin fo kam bakele seko masakunda ko again be ko investigation new investigation or dong seko do you have any effect because of the past experience of government investigating some such crisis like this?
Yo lamina baraka bake mbe ikonto na bake yenyi wati kumamenta kata nyi kibar kumal ke jabo kese woto molye kuma da bake news review mbe new opportunity tala kotenge earlier on I was meant to do that but the management of Stu Radio kalbe tendo albe duku ke moment and come ya unfortunately ila colleagues all man join because of internet problem but pour que la question on jabi lamin nying maternal debt musol ka bang tingoto denanol ka bang ako balafa warta bakel lamin nyimanyana ke in the 21st century many jamano mentu jam sainteng ntolu nak nin kol ke tadaro mo neka kenna forote wala molla wato le sita ko nyaalo ni ala nioni da nala wato sita o bite dan ko la male bari ak sababu le soto so sababu le jibe la jam so nyin maternal debt musol ka fa tingoto aka kele nu kabiri mansa kunda folo biji kabiri mansa kunda fola nyaw biji bari say ni aja ko waja bita lamin comme ya fo nyame in space of lokum fula mo ku worawla ye fa wuludula wo asilanya warata bakele wala tina diamo be siakam so mansakunda ina funti first lamin health minister diam ta janne brabe toto ko anyabo warata le Gambia la health sector bitake nyamen fo aka president o jayi aka president o visionary leader lati Dr. Samata ye wala fo just lokun tambila adiamta adamala ni ongoing meet the people's store minister ka president o tentu ko wotumo itul jamin adama before adama kana itul famo boro ka purka boro so ko kola minister la kuma kam mo wolati bari me menje kan membe laren kenebato woni minister la kuma manta ngani bawo ni minister wolta ko jata kenda bundabe yirwa kanne so munatin na maternal debt musol ka fa tingoto wala rate be kafukan at a very steep rate lamin asilanya waratale sa ene ma zakunda kilingo wulta iko kana wala ko kisi bari ima wulika ko kisi fo biriyaje Gambia mutolu melika fe ko Gambia women's lives matter ikafole lo nyin ye demonstration oke dun jane lamin ngaje itata ka man sekunda ye sarato le nyininka pour man sekunda ye borolu anin l'hôpital la facilities supply of drugs in the hospital kay la cool jibe anin fane ka kodo men di health sector la iko man sekunda ya kafu woni yo kenun jande wati tamira man sekunda me jabi because nga Gambia women's lives matter ngela diamlal moyle ko man sekunda me any action tanyin ko so sa ni wo man sekunda kilo wulta lamin iko kana kisi rola nda ban jigo so do kisi roto avec la the same routine kisi rolati ni man sekunda bere shita man na jang mbe review le la bal fo ma tonya fo anu ni diam ta Gambia mol ko ha kare ka politiko le dundi je ni manke politikoti ntolla life is all about politics moyla bunko na febe koku kala de is politics so nimbe tonya fo la nak al nga tonya fo bridge man sekunda sita lamin they are very good at one thing wokay fo nge jay wala won kundimbe fo la rek mbe investigation wala momé no wala man sekunda man si Gambia me nyim man sekunda no launching an investigation into crisis situation that it all can you excellent scores on that it all jawara la man sekunda dawala ya jamala man sekunda dawala bari men ko mayata ni aje ko investigation o kake wolom yena kisi roke sotarol sototo damen yena statol lombi pour ko sotarol bunda fa wala investigation na nafati bari ñi man sakunda wala bu ko soto investigation ka kele lamin ite yoy ntel bi jang Mr. Kora bi jang how many investigation la moy lal men jibe ka investigation jella ke daga hani saying fisheries department na investigation or me alon ko allegedly the permanent secretary Dr. Bamja involved in a fraudulent case of $100,000 allegedly hani saya ko mandadula the last time ngam moy iko Attorney General's office, the Ministry of Justice, the final the police or the police will mail do correctly. I mean, look at that. Your report on the back, so new investigation on Lamin. I just want to say this on record. The only way we have a new Gambia to try prayer health sector revive. But this is my opinion on the Gambia dingology. I mean, that's my opinion. We need to technical health sector because
one would also argue by the fact that to go that FOIA investigate, that means that they have underscored the magnitude of this problem.
Lamin, I beg to differ. And it's good your point, but if I come to ita lamin konate waran siri Mr. Kora anin tol membe be jang ni molbe lamin jibe like lamin membe caring ni aja molu dalta membe caring because of your track record, right? Track record molgo radiolom platform men ko tonyale ka fuji ye ay Gambia leji wala fina Gambia no li platform ñun danko so ngam foja ni man sakunda la track record jibe ibuka ika investigation ko la tafas buka beji ni atara nu ko ne investigation ko lamin kuka boje wallahi ni man sakuna se disagree nyawnya mina jana nga foko nga jiko so ko man sakuna be kuka la nyintolo because you record le so but na dia mo mbalon de kam because of the poor record of this government so ndela jiko to tafaste bolaji.
Okay, abaraka baga seku ngida sirif ya sirif ñu mukul mi alon ko ay mol sula bakele sirif min fana ko ñim fana ni ko wala wala ñinde ko in all this ngajele ko na doctor na no solo and na healthcare workers solo imang professional ethicsol itandi jang bari ngam moy wala ñinde ko to moment now mol fan lu mi ko la patient solo mi ko they need to show care wolu iba fo kele ko albem fala to moment na yelo loy bari kam mune ka bona wol bulu wala ñinde ko ibakel to moment nan doltije kuma jama kuma noron sifa be ka ñore ila patient so ma patient mi ko is under care and you have both moral obligation and professional obligation to care for your patient sirifu ñum nukure mi ko sirifu is very sad in the 21st century sirifu
indeed yeah wa be kiskis ro kala be fen kiskis kan to see where the problem is coming from. So what the motive of the investigation is questionable. Whether are they looking for negligent homicide or negligence, in care. But I think, we all know the health system is in total crisis from where we came from. Gambia in the past used to have an exemplary healthcare system, especially when it came to maternal healthcare. Gambia is one of the only countries, within the region who met the objectives and the goals of the Alma Mater Declaration of 1978 and then the Bamako Initiative of 1987 when it comes to, providing maternal healthcare, to women, pregnant women, and reducing infant mortality in the whole entire region. But over the years, the healthcare system has declined very bad to a point like, we're seeing, this kind of, surge when it comes, to maternal death. And it is something we are is quite concerning, but I don't think, we are oblivious, to what the cause is. The government needs to pay attention, to the crisis, within, the health sector. The hospitals are poorly resourced. Even nurses, when you go on Twitter, and lots of, other social media platforms, you hear these young, hardworking nurses doing their best in the hospitals, complaining about the lack of resources. And they are stressed out because they have the ambition, they have the aim to help their country, to make sure that, the healthcare of the people is promoted enough, but they don't have the resources. And after a while, all this stress, will manifest, because in patient soul, would have, this kind of issues. So the government needs to pay attention and invest into the healthcare sector instead of, investing, those millions, at the president's office. That's not doing anything, meaningful, to the Gambian people, besides, politicking and, promoting the selfish interest of, one individual. What a problem when you healthcare benyami del being alone, ning muso econota facet loss. And then it won't be better from the rural area. I'm not sure about, Mr. Sadie Lee, but in the past, in Kamolje like an attractla, clinics, in the villages, ka muson yang ka be harjering ke educate in yantamina domala, in yantatala nurse nyaming, to make sure that they get the proper attention. Without the resources, that, the healthcare sector needs, to continue those activities. Of course, there's a decline. And the contributes, towards, maternal death. And this is part of, the sustainable development goals. You understand, both maternal health and, child infant mortality are all part of, reducing them are part of, the sustainable development goal. And this shows that the Gambia, is like declining. We are declining at a rate that is unacceptable. And, it has to start with the government, because, they are the providers of public goods and services. They are the patrons. And they need to invest, into meaningful sectors of, the country, and take away money from areas don't deserve, to have millions, like the president's office. I'll point it out because Kodomundila is just unbelievable. We can to talk about maternal health. There's a lot of things that affects it. Even the food poverty, lack of proper nutrition can affect them. Lack of education can affect them. Me and Kachan proud about a year or two ago about the importance of health, agriculture, and education. They're the three-legged stools of development. When one fails, your entire development would be completely undermined. And this is exactly what's going on again. So I don't think there is any need to spend thousands of dollars investigating what the root cause is, like Sadie said. Being out on what the root cause is. The healthcare sector, is in dire need of attention, and unfortunately, it is not getting, the proper, attention that it needs, from this government. They allocating budget, funds, to areas, should not be priority areas, and neglecting the areas that should be prioritized. So it's just as simple as that.
Okay, Abarakabake, that's very elaborate. Nina Jibe, Ida say who Cora can interject here. In all this, Ngamwele Bafo Kamfang, even Glofolu, Amansoto Leptanot. Because I don't find a commander ke Pamola Programato. Ako at a form of victim molate. Minka can you Leptanolto. The way Dr. Solke Diamwe Nyami, and in the way, system of a fair Kanyami. So Nina Hajibe for now. Way minute and wala na cross do fanan frada min do lañu ko na public na public institutions places like the schools, hospitals, they are failing, whereas in the private sector or the private hospitals and private schools are doing far better. Sirif Kora aning seku alani ko nyadi because it's all
okay. If Mr. Kora doesn't mind, I'll go first. Comment. Yeah, love it. Lamin, it can remember for a resource challenges already. It's a many at Tafal Mr. Kora brilliantly articulated that the lack of resources and the lack of facilities all Jorangolu menyanta talala lopitano la wala tiji. Kunu ika membe you reference to membe caring caller. Lamin kunu belong on the 2nd of January to 2021. All right. Kunu mbela mo ika membe caring a program wala pamori video le play victim kewome alonko ala muso samba lopitano. iko mankita yelol so ate fongo ate ala 1 liter ate ne muso la locally ate ne muso ala muso be kada the same blood group akada da 1 liter ke atata lo body mass mana wona la blood group manke kilingote so atata mo fula nyina in between no solely according to manola narration you know yellow body frijo kono yake amuso bala ako muso balobe yelema muso be wure la ko alben fala yamin way mo netandi ye rom blood group la diala
I'm telling you
ye rom blood group let me say something okay man sakuna mu problem oti okay ndon la quality of our nurses because Gambia banko nimba analyze la man sakunda mo pro nyimbe is all part of the system but no solve for a problem sorry yes amanka ability nak nimba volante no skendol bi jele tata dawda do ko bla skendol ni fufule soto nyolal but unfortunately kuoni kende maleka ikomna for one rotten potato spoils a whole lot right more se kende nyonya ni mo dantal soto je wala ka kuya sabanan sector dina karol imbe manke resource constraints bi jele but lack of professionalism lamin janne muso konota ikala kaito diala ikala pregnancy monitor from day 1 every time iba inspect le bala cool check la fo janne man sata la ba de mala be wulu la wato men so nyin kende wala narration to lamin in this day and age wose ke Gambia ye rom blood group bi ala muso balo be yele mata muso ko albem fala aga ba de ma do e call ken video call muso na ka push ka fay bojan albem mo stop la le iko bring patient ko me wuri kam you know allegedly kendi wala satarota ako no sol kay ko nimbe fala mana ne nata jam I mean in this day and age in Gambia right ñine be kekam na Gambia system ko no mais anu you know pas mourir ko killing fo la min ñimbe manque resource constraints di comme mol bu la dokulta seriously la min Gambia le kam mol dokula mobile phone debul molbe mobile ntolbe bankol men kanja wala sembo wata Gambia ti jang there is a mobile policy ibe dokula do fo bi during working hours completely you are prohibited to get a mobile you only access it during your lunch break unless need emergency call from your family member yes but in Gambia the whole civil service you manke loftano damati hani senior management meeting ol lamin mobile phone ka tara mol bulu meeting dula ila mobile phone de la ker ni la mobile phone they pick the calls lamin we have advocated for the government to institute introduce use of mobile phones during working hours anyanta kelale so l'hôpital do ñene kake so there is negligence la mo jama faade yes lack of resources with but lack of professionalism and more kita serious lamin tolbe we all witness these things back home ikela muso sabe l'hôpital ro ware bari mo sabe l'hôpital ro wulu la be wuri la kan nte famol nga ñu witness ñi manki ko ngamoy le faga ika fofo biri be ñinkela imemi ra ñina there is lack of care in our hospitals right and this is all because what Mr. Kora alluded to meta folaja wala ñu people lamin man sekunda ma ñaatilin fenna Gambia bi na manke politiko ti mas do ko le man take am sign do ko be kekam they are just eyeing one thing wolom pour ka carte soto ñi foundation stone lol nit ñi ka facility soldi voda solla kamane auto sankasamba foni kasamba dulal to is all politicking amanke fema fenti while to la musol be faka anu Gambia women's lives matter near a point sol element demand from the government but yalon tol fana ñata monekela lamin it's good we come out and demand but banko ni aje kata nimma sekunda me danko people need to come out and peacefully protest. I'm not saying riots woman is wrong momanya tinyar kala but it is our constitution is symbolic Gambia di wala pour que la balamba yatandi kuluwo kono ani horomo kono and that is what will make the government listen to people but in new diamo katani press conference sol kuma di wol kuma yatale but Gambian ol musol le siata imagine if 20 or 30 or 50,000 Gambian women march in the streets of Gambia peacefully lamin mas kunda be la moyla but near so let's make it serious so ndeka ni nyame Gambian ol we have to change the destiny of our nation thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Baraka Seku. Silvo, Nina Hajibe, Gambian Women's Matter, came at the heels of a series of failures like this. Comment no ngajele ko musolu fanal mialan ko ebe tiun kono odol biye e wuluta wuluta wrong ifata and all fata ngamela those were preventable deaths katu moment na ibe moto kono ngamela do biye bodana bakawle ngamela de mbal muso nya bodana bakawle bakaw kolom abe moto kono abe jele for how long among abe care need iman care diala sirif suru fo be mo rada ke kudu melan ko another mol balofa adum it I ni kawle ni ko it brought the welfare of women into fray so ngajele ko Gambia women's matter fundita wala kono. One would expect that government would have learned lesson out of that and perhaps prevent things like this. But again, we are coming to see another investigation. So is this government learning a lot of lessons, from the past, from their mistakes?
Yeah, well, advocacy, it's always an essential, component of democracy. It's important to have, advocate groups, would advocate, for causes of interest, to make sure that the government is aware and pays attention, to development gaps, in the country. So I applaud those people. What's the name? Is it Gambian Women Matter? If indeed to advocate for, the health rights of Gambian women. Whether the government has paid attention to it or not, the evidence, says, the problem still exists. So coming out for Nyaming, we have to reflect critically on the flaws within the health sector. In the past, the community health care in Gambia was very, very robust, and that has failed. You understand? In the hospitals in the Gambia, are very few. But Bansam, Farafenya Buyam, Kanifing, Namirasam Banjul, and I think there's another one in Basse. But you would see recycling long. But all these rural communities in the past, had health and call. How do you call them again? I can't remember the name again, but clinics, the health centers, the government capacity, those health centers, to a point that, at the community level, they were able to pay, close attention, to this, pregnant women, because they are very far away, from, the main referral hospitals, So the failure of that could also be a key component of what we are saying. Most of these women don't have, the health attention at the community level, at the early stages of their pregnancy. By the time they come to, the main hospitals, it's probably, very late, for them to be saved. And going back to what Steve is saying, I can't sit here and defend the bad behavior of the nurse towards the patient, because that goes against, the Hippocratic oath. This government is more concentrated on promoting, the tenure of one individual. Concentration not there right now is it's on politics. It's on nothing else from the start. When Adam Barrow came out of the closet in 2017, December 2017, when he went to commemorate the 1-year victory, was when he really came out of the closet that, I want to continue this presidency, and that has been the key agenda of this government. They've been embarked on infrastructural development with poor attention to human development in the Gambia. And with infrastructural developments, they are all nothing but white elephant projects, to showcase that he's doing something, to win the sympathy of the people to elect him, come, 2021, which is this election year. Concentration on there, that's all what it is. The evidence, shows it, because, the health sector is in serious crisis. I mean, I don't like to give credit to Yaya Jammeh because of, some of the bad stuff that he did, but some of these things, whether it is lack of publicity or whatsoever, but they were not even, heard of, as such. But over the past, 3 years, there's a lot of, maternal mortality, that's happening in the Gambia. That's unacceptable. So that's your question. Paying attention.
Thank you very much, Sirifu. Anisehu. Oto sai bade wolo mbe bolale week news review mbe tanten nakata ka iya jibe 2020. 2020 tonya kita sankole mbati bari butum kuje mala fana kita sankono lafta ka minji be nina Gambia la kolto sako mbe alhalol men kono mbe nyinte mbamento mo murna mu sande kono kadum na 2021 kono woto kala hakilo bande ko alnal teri kan do lamin kono de segu sedili anen sif koran do le bala jang communicate programme na dal jang ka lokun tibaro jibe bara at the same time fanan ka 2021 fana review min bulo be nyin ko wala mu super no wala mu APS wala be mako kan kanyum programme sponsor woto nina da ko kiola APS ma nyonso do ali is customized woto seku early part of 2020 la kumpulo kono February kalo kono ngajele ko independence celebration keta Gambe banko kan min nata ke ngamela the 55th anniversary independent anniversary of the Gambia attending independence naraje ko president Barrow alo diamo kono ay diamu kallankol kije bar diamo kono mialon ko lafta ka capture jang wala nyinde ko mba court la na atafan ay kuma kan minfo wala nyinde ko ako to live in unity, freedom, peace each day. To live in unity, freedom, and peace each day, we must be aware of all divisive speeches, actions, sentiments, concepts that may lead to social divisions in our communities. Wala nyinde ko baroko pour nga na national anthem min kuma kan min fo wala nyinde ko luwolum star se nga ke kilenti nga tar kairo kono wal mundo kul miyalan ko ay kumata baka barako woto na fokumolu animbe na kebarolu animbe kul miyalan ko be fokamolye anin na mirerolu wol be nyanda kala fenen miyalan ko amanya na kala ke tino kamolu kamol tala na dinkiral taring na satol nin teno kumenjul kon taring so foji na ke fende miyalan ko baro fan abi barakanyina le ban famantar barakanyina. What I want to know, has Barrow been a good example of this call? Wala mo nakdiya mo de nga follow siya kuya.
Lamina baraka say na straight forward answer to this is no. No. Barrow aka kumo for dala majority. Abeka ke rhetoric lati lip service. Kuma dima fo kumo kendeyat. Tonya kumo men fa kendeyat. Andung anyanta wole fanam follow as the head of state of the Gambia. Pour kafo mole ko alinda malaka kilemoti banko ke kilemoti na do koke kumo nyin kendeyata wokan nimu kumo man kendeya woto ebe baro na karikan bari fo baro be tamaka wala ban hani wala na jabiroti hani anu example countless example dino jam ni platform melben tol jibe kanjang tuman do wala hakilo watan tolti jibe ral men jibe kanjang anu tonya mbe social media jamalo kono sain ite la min kono de kumo fo mi se ko kumo fo be tala on social media adama baro lo de example le ne dila kombe ngaka kilimoti na banko samba bari mbara ni sama men kono de yafo sam kole maba ando me akol lande bake wala ni global pandemic ikame ko COVID-19 ni samole in December 2019 courant boda min dole China Wuhan start wala to follow a janjata dunia kon bari beranata na bankol jele me yalla wala nyaata hon woliye banko bela kamben to ka kamben ka doko ke woliyo tandela ya manifeste angalo kambe ko de manifeste that ndolla neighboring country memo makisalti na makisalti la I tarapon Seku ba just excuse me ngama la ponko aka break aka the noise is crackling. There's a crackling noise in there, and some people are saying Akosedili is breaking. But whether you notice that? Okay, I might notice that. And the internet is fine. I don't know.
Okay, it's for you're coming fine. You're coming fine now.
The noise is crackling. There's a crackling noise in there.
No,
you're coming fine. You're coming fine.
Whether you notice that?
You're coming fine now. Go ahead.
And the internet is fine. Okay, I am clear here, so
okay. Go ahead now. Go ahead. It's okay now.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So ndeka ni memfo de ngambe memfo ga wala nyinti ko Adama Barrow ye golden opportunity la soto lamin. Ala ye kuke Barrow ye ay kuke Gambia ye birim fal ndiro kela. Ha amake mo jamaye. Mome yala ngete natan nyale on leadership. Me yala ko kafole nat together ka coalition. 7 political parties, 1 independent. Will be sembent to ya. Ye katofa ye fo ye dictator bondi. Itela taran silo nyanda ka monete ka banko unite. Because uniting figure in immorality, you're trying to unite the nation. Because even political parties sort of good teneti. Otumo among political parties sort of at a below in Gambia. So I can you come for yes, a better, but a taran silo okay. COVID-19 from he refused to invite the opposition leaders for a national dialogue. Against the backdrop, opposition party electoral suffer in the co lafite jelale. For woman full more news media outlets hold for Citizens Alliance leader, Dr. Smala said, I'm not publicly called UDP leader lawyer Dabo. I later also felt I told me command through letter of State House, Puro Adam Mani oppositional BSC, Puro COVID-19, the federal Melandela, Puro Kakuran Kele. Ismaila Sisala for it. But he come and Javi Rosa from State House Lamin. So no more killing walk local government control Dolbenya together and unite. Na banko samanyato na new cool bola lamin what o mari is not genuine, it's not sincere. Yala hada madi monika kumo fu dala ba ila baro ila ke baro boko tandi what lamin imanta you're not sincere, and it's very nyinan Africa problem oti because ila fata pour mo le foko lamin ko lati mo kendolati ina da be kumo kendol fala ban ina du mebe ko bara laje man sa tallaw yalla be bara laje wote ke fon le nene sonte just to give you a direct answer. No. Volunteer answer.
Aparaka Bakil. Sirif, this call talks about being guided by our utterances and actions, so that we don't incite communities against others, against one community against another. Kajoko femfembe fola, femfembe kela, ya kaning nyalam prumialan ko nkana molu kun senyola nkana si kol nat nan kol kono aning but fo baro dum ala kuma kanyin, is he living by the example that he's calling for?
Yeah, steadily moving, I don't think I can go beyond that, but I totally agree with him that Barrow's statements, during the independence celebration were exactly what the president should say. But it goes beyond words, and to act. I think his actions, contradict, all what he said at that place. Over the year, and they've done a lot of things within the government that are very divisive, and actually against the change agenda Gambians voted for in 2016. Countless examples multi Barabutong ni lafatalo examples will be here for the whole day pretty much. But for instance, what the highlight for me actually is the firing of the central bank governor. Muyalan Kafa was completely against the constitution or the law. Latino was protected, and the guy was fired from his position, which is an abuse of executive office. So that is something that is very divisive. Abuse of presidential powers, to fire somebody for whatever difference you might have with the individual. More the people strong in jail. The speeches that were uttered by some ministers in itself were just totally unbelievable. That more that Allah said in 2020 after the regime of Yahya Jammeh, the political statements on a platform that is supposed to be neutral. So going back to what Sayyidi said, he might have uttered those words, but then our actions completely contradict the spirit of those words. And I think this is Barrow is typical of him. He's not a man who really honors his words. we all know that. Is pretentious, individual, and we can say that about. So absolutely no. There are lots of things that have been done, a lot of things that have been said, and a lot of things that have not been done. Goes completely against those words that he uttered. So wala be that say the something better than I can. But in essence, I don't think he really honored those words in his speech.
Okay, aparaka baki Sirif. What I saw actually coming there for Jan Seku and Sirifo. Come akamita ndija wala nyindiko integrity. What you say and what you do as a leader is very important. But not only that, for now, if you see something that is wrong, you need to address it. So that even if mole is aje ko mulsa for you really mean it. Ngat tumo be ngaja Hamad Ba the way President Barrow min fujang ala nying independence celebration kono. Andung ana minister nala do kuno nala million ki babala ibe kuma kala bil foka. President Barrow is not doing anything to address that. Ko ate following yande kele mot bale atal be nyim foka mo mo dandar laka ay nake mo follow de mianon ko ababara la. Sa ama okay. So way mune fon to le fana President Barrow la koto comme ni na nyatum kala bi kambe dum nyanda be jibe. Nyatum ka in the leadership.
Lamin, okay. Malon for still me echo kanabon. I don't know.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're perfect now.
Okay. Thank you, Lamin. Nyinko se ko be mesainga na kumule kandoro.
Yeah. Okay.
Barola leadership amang ntede amante nyafa. Mamodo long. In exactly tan nani ni woro 47 days. Gambia bala sanji talulu ni woro independent jurala. In 47 days time will mark 56 years of nationhood. Program na fansoto. So bari ntolwe da menteng akanta sa mbetakam bakle me murukan komale. Bini Gambia mbuka femfon na public discourse to wala minister kare nyunefo. President nyunefo. Kare doyale. Minister memo of tourism la mean gondola ka kataka Gambia la first president ko ridicule ka fogo man do koke mantaro jamani to sai mantara jamani to ndolla fatala nyato tala la vida memo ila na politician la wolo ibe seno bunda falina nyaadile ibe chatta kende bunda falina nyaadile ibe mo la balunya sonen la nyaadile ibe do ko nyini la no Gambia fon ninke wala nyaadi youth soul so that this growing trend back way syndrome pour mol katani back way la pour fo ningol hamora momo ye nyonje wotata tubabu anata korda nyimalo aya bama sama mak aya fama sama mak tebe Gambia tebe sirinje imon do ko soto momo hamora ba ko o nyintata nyini da membar fo ngata nyini la me nyene nyim back way simbo warandi moman la fika dunning ning deadly silola pour kata tro de back week dol bije in niol se bo siloka moma la fala but funding gol man jiko le soto bu nga nyaato gol soto be yalo ko bi nga nata mo le jiko soto to baake wallahi nte o de man barolo no anala mo jama malo bari because of mo parata jamela ko to nata sain go alembe nga rally behind adama baro pour to babol ka ko transformation pour ka falendro samana ay na Gambia ay fondement londi development of fondement pour que na loi fali pour que meaningful economic sama ngala me do noto pour que fiscal discipline sama ka mas ko dala dépasso tara pour que policy sol lon di sample be baro la di am dole la may kambi baro ko man sa ko ndaka tamani policies la abe diamu kam arabic students ole ako bari to le lon di ti balle soto wolon di tioli hakilol warata hakilol yirwata ako wol minale ibe arabic school sol farana ko jibe la pour man sa ko ndabe policy fale na pour arabic school makoy bari yellonde tiol so hata bu habal soto bari ite sita ja yemo be silandi baro silandi ro ke am follow ibe ibente baro ibente la agenda la support la wara ngi jindi na bo sokon la mi tinyaro be commencer ta janni ni president mo ko ibe Gambia la agenda la support la wala ngebay wallahi mo da criticize la wala because Gambia no le kato fay baroye Gambia no nyata Gambia la agenda ko bari president si dako ntela agenda la min wala tin sa agenda man tara tamaka man ko nade wala ministre o ministre nata ye president fali ko luten ye president condamné ye kuma dimal fu man ko da ministre be wala say ministre de mo la ka fuko bango man tara nyato biko momo bala palaso le bamandi kan so la min pour que la cause no jabi baro is a failed leader ngaje dol ba fole ko na angele kam waratale bari ni nga fo ni man ngele kan wala remba tala nga fo ni man kan wala wa approval tam ni ko baro failed ta wolom nyinti ko ndol nga jiko men soto ko baro be banko samba kan nyato ndela deroto mammo dol londe bawo banko di mo banko di la mi na miranyal fatata ko be la mi men fo do ba fole ko baro be do ku ken dol la nga mol de men nga ko baro le visionary leader ministre fo la ya fo jam ministre samate ako baro mum visionary leader do ba fole baro lom kayra man sati balente sehu sedli wo de baro ntenga je nteka ko maniare failed leader anum president me anga failed ta fo kabang driver me anga moto boro no la men ningo tu moto boro ndola woron doti tan nyaato
abaraka bake sehu just because janne me bala nyin topic oto mbe me adla wala nyin ko han kabe ka barola ka tenten ka barola nyin kumo nyin kaytande minefo to mo mena nyin befo ako mbe mi fasara la mande ka kanto ako whilst ethnicity contributes significantly to our richly blended culture and stands out as a diverse source of strength, if weaponized for selfish reasons, ethnicity has devastating consequences. It has plunged many nations into protracted unrest, destruction, and great instability. Party politics, which is often at the root of most deadly ethnic classes, must not be based on ethnicity. So nyina mukuri mena ko lafta kaidanda la jambaro fanga la nyimbe fo akotumo menna nsin hakilo to bake kuma kan la milan ko si mol dam malo si mol banko dinglu ke tala o ke kun sen nyola wala mu divisive politics de divisive restrictionality akon sin hakilo to bake kadum ako ni si kolu na dum da kolu kono ako alan ko si kaje control be na fatam faso siolto o mum pede minon ko munna symbolity ha bara ko fanan ning atara ko fanan mol yake joranti aka ke fendi minon ko aka masi bolle ke bankol kan taring aka fitnol le sabu bankol kan taring so president nyim belon na president nyim belon ko kumo kambe kuma kanto niya fo siol tamal tema kuma kanto niya fo pour ka mol kun senyola alla banka ke mente wolom fitnolti fitno minon ka kamme kala fa president ni belon ne sa be ko ta ko ta be mole o de sa to gambe dinglo ala jibe fo membe ke kan president min fo ani membe ke ngam banko ka bi baraka bin nabi fo e nyomo le ban fo ma nyomo ngoto wal bulu sai o do se ko be tenten ngata ko jibe wala mu let me look at that wala mu to momena ngamoy ko government ye national development blueprint le topotono o blueprint ngame 2 years lam ay 2 years le for kabo 2018 kata for 2020 2021 3 years 3 years blueprint so nyin kono ngajele ko itara dono conference fananto ka yitandiri ko molla komitara Brussels ka fo dunia bandala mankole ko Gambia lafta Gambia topoto lafta Gambia do kula nyinela o blueprint de kabilo de ate frank president barol na lo airport ta ko he ako nga kodo men soto de nga jenga jiko men soto hani nyinol be sey ta soto je ha bar vol janne mbodu no fananto folo sehu just lafta men no lañde ko nga time ta ngaytan di molla bansa kunda ye mune muy la xamé kolti ni nata national development plan. The national development plan ya wuli min ka wala ko 2018 kata 2021 ya lo min ka wala ko government pour ay miriro soto ay hamol soto pour ka munke ka banko do ku tilingni sobe yalla kaja ko fem be kere ngambe man sakunda la tamandrina to asi lankenema wala accountability and transparency kaja fanan ko ndamman fanan temo ndamman fanalu nga nyomo sotno nyame bank committee kontane banko dolu isi balunya kendol soto and to have a basic access to services to enable them to live decent and dignified life youth, women, children realize their full potential and nurturing and caring environment exists for the vulnerable. There is an enabling environment for our private sectors to strive, and our natural heritage is nurtured and preserved for the future generation. Ni bela mu ko mi ko ya soto je bari min bam be mi ade goal nyinti lafta ka min soto munema akko min be lafta ka mun active no nyon kono wala nyinte ko national development plan lo min kama wala nyinte ko the goal of government is to deliver good governance, accountability, social cohesion, and national reconciliation, and revitalize and transform economy for the well-being of all Gambians. Sehu. Ñine mu ko melon ko national development blueprint ni national development plan ni lande. So lafna mi ñine ngala wala na ñine ngalo minti wala ñinde ko seku. National development plan abis lo kan bang abita kan kun kele bang fodo aprekastal.
Is that for me or Mr. Mang?
Yeah, Seku, starting with you, Seku. Starting with you, Seku.
Okay. Abaraka Lamin. NDP comment now Jabir do kedanyamin kukende ba akeli nyima ba anu nyimbe na tale birim falindro keda Gambia. Bao birim falindro keda men nata ke coalition government na hamoti. Wolonka Gambia transform into a developing economy status. Until we are underdeveloped, until long, Nika United Nations la economic classification ke kome ka bankolu la nyatotal sumanyami. Until we do male, until we come ning selen down, until we la da follow it. So economy sol ka volako underdeveloped country. So bring you mansa kuna nata. Eko puru mfana nga domandoma nga selenda nga ta for the developing economy comme South Africa wol benyaming India wol benyaming bankol merial at least ila jiriwal ila economy bitaka nyato. So another moneke control la soto bunda mansi ye national development plan safe kaito me alanko as koku beje ninga tata wala nyama ase banko nying mako e baake ase balunyal falim ay na sector improve ye iko sai bire hamo be ko sulata billion fula ani million kemenani $2.4 billion sulata wala pour kan nañi ma economy bondi ni economy jawto ka kul kafu so itata banku sembe mal ñini ka ko European Union and development partners bidi da wol ñini ka wol ko al sulata 2.4 billion melade billion fula ni million kemenani barante o dila no wala yalo ñinin kar la ke la ñinin kar wala ke bari memba di la fana ba fana kam da ko ita da bank loan la ida sulo 1 million na bank sa fene 1 million di le no ko bari me million kemelu le di le la so dono so yo le ke kon na man sekunda ko al na ta jam ita ta fonde na jam ita da donors conference la Belgium anya bo warata coalition o wotumo molbe be miran killing ñi politico man start follow hakil ñimal kataje Amadou Sané wala talon finance minister di la dabo foreign minister anu yafo ñam fo president mo jaye do ku kendol sama je justice minister MP Sana Jawara was also part of the delegation. His high power delegation went to Brussels land. But donor partners all conte 2.4 billion deal but it's 1.8 deal. Ngo alhamdulillah. Mo me 2.4 billion ñini kay 1.8 billion deal. Isa alhamdulillah wo mo pledge already jikirolom. But yani ne kele on the pretext ko man sakunda be lola sila kendol le kan. Good governance. Ñing constitution me alon ko minanya akko kacala ñato demandi. Pour kan na transitional justice program kam makoy. Pour kan na seno bunda makoy kan na sector sol makoy. Bari lame ñing ko be nata tinya. Birin politiko na dun takol kon. President e mul jay Gambianol contanta molbe NDP support woto mo diamo NDP bari lamin ngani se kende ya nyaonya sorry diamo se bete nyaonya ni ngani ya kendo mantaraji na fabu katra ko wala ning ñi man sakunda me sirinje yek banko la je adama ñante fonyo la politiko la le Gambianol man katu fa adama e popol ando lamin man tra politiko la jam bari ñu non president de mayalon ko bring na shindi birabe ñi ndi rol anum bring aya soto akontoli ne ko 2021 ate date bulala nyobori lungoto afon la kalemo lo nyinti journalist yo nga ko foyte ko rite fanante wax la ako hanin to kala ako nyentewe 2021 te date bulala nyinindal kono ako he would preside over a free and fair election anati botaji atebe mena business o ay murwa anyi la idole di Gambian wala mbenga moy bari beren dungo kata state house domorol diata ya conditional limita comme ndolo Gambianol mbugal la sino lan mbe 2020 le review kan jang pour Gambianol na hakilol blandi kununa ye hadama dingo je nibe cross lo la kemina ni kununa ya jamme di same tineke bira kulita akoy tolmu sojaro la timale ni sojaro dol jikol mankelim soldiers with a difference itolu ni nate be falindiro la kele muru back to the barracks fama ni lahi dol di Gambianol wo fana ndunda state house domor dimal sataka dom ko sataka dom rek ay lahi do tinya baroyo wala kenn so NDP biranata NDP bar lamin ndolbe bangol ben ganjang ani mr korabe dami America man sa kundal ka kodo soto from tax e ka tax de la banku dingol kan ani royalties wolo te la banku dingol la kodo lu dila Africa la fufati yakan ka fako ka barole makoy ni be Gambia makoy be Gambia la makoy barim baro ka biam state house development partners ole mune foro koros lamin every time meeting will be political meeting will be la state house fula be groupe tibital porar mol botana north bank le mol botana brikamale mol botana different parts of the country ikana barole sembentu ya Europe bring development partners oli yejere ko ñini yemen fontoli ya ni be baraka mene mankilinde saying self perpetuation rule wala murtanam banko kan self entrenchment adama be wala sembentu ya kan so saying dolbe men kala ngani promisol men di ale nga kuñi londi saratol man tratakam pour to access those funds na manke France man sakundati wala la pledge fulfill na manke France ti France la kudo tamana u fana nyata do seno bundal so ñing 1.8 billion of adama granata badana Brussels adama ko ni corona hani bal ni stadio be balo nako corona tal bare saya mu nekk ke adama buka NDP fo la fa dala sayin ala ñen to be ko no ene adama moy la be NDP fo la ba NDP fo ka fatale lamine ala nga ngam fo nene nim man sakunda falinta wala bina NDP revive la but under this current government NDP fatale wana president fo ala New Year speech. When was the last time adama NDP for dala? The last time NDP moy ngamoy Bakari Badile ba fokande. The new sports minister when he was sworn in. Atata when he accepted the speech. I tell the NDP for dollar. But Adama Barrow Lami, when was the last time Adama in 3-letter word for dollar? NDP. When was the last time? Because he's dead and buried. Atije, we will try to, we have to revive it. Ning another government now. So NDP, Adamale NDP tinya. Adamale NDP for coming I draft constitution for Nyamen. Adama Barrow national development plan for and our farming come wala fongola interest short. Ite me presidential. Sanji tan lulu Adama ka wala haymade. Ni mo wo ke van nene ko Adama be sanji tangle. Adama is sanji tan lulu and beyond. Adama be wala haymaka. So national development plan man soto a fatale alenga nyinala diko tubabo lu te koro dila wolu ye fayda le soto western world te koro dila development partners te koro dila ita dila man sakuna la me alon ko e mantra banku di wala interest dekan ita konkilin nafala ya nko yalo nyanta mena kumo konkulu la ne yalo tolu ni African president wala kamuna kumila development partners they look at the country ika bankology ibuka individual jede ita lamin konata bi ni kada Gambia president bi European Union ta jela ko lamin konata ni wala be dilla wala na ni be koro dile ka fo we gave the money to the Gambia inene amoy IMF la wala World Bank or European Union ko nga koro di Adama Barrow la anide e ka fo nga di Gambia dingol so president sita ite la kunkili na ayota ya jamme munati na ya la ika development ya kuntu so ya jamme had to fall back on Taiwan Republic of China on Taiwan and then attack the Middle East because of human rights abuses because among bankoje I am only so melka ma ko sign tolu nte Gambia nimbe ko dila sign ba dila to the NGOs direct beneficiaries and no NDP would have is always a golden opportunity lamin pour que Gambia economy yelemen de ka transform but unfortunately Adama Gambia le disappoint Adama Barrow ay Gambia la disappoint and wo nte wala nte ma forgive de ma modo londe nte ma forgive because mol batata ni falindiro la lamini in your introduction just to conclude you reference to Almami Manga Jumala ya tumi Kadi Samate baby Aisha Bama Yaya Jammeh has under his belt as the only dictator me alonko ay denano from Shorong prison for ni tata court from ni be molu tol fala je ika denano fanan tofo. So Dr. Sisefan was shocked. The TRRC chair, Tonya, Fonina Ketaban, Foika Denano Fanan, Niba Molto Kumandila, Kitibuna take a Denano from Tokumandila, Ya Jamele Nike Gambia. Adama Baronata, Amana Munya Fita, Atenata Kwa from Kotabang. Well, Lamin, Mbaloka Kandibaka and Ninka Nusifal discuss, but
Aparakabaki, say who get on to Nijay. Sirif, a development blueprint, Mialanko. Is based on affecting good governance. Transparency is the watchword here. Obviously, is this government been so transparent to convince donor conference, creditors, all the development partners that they have been that transparent? Sirif, your chance, please.
Lamina Bakabake, they say the different tempula with Jabir Kendona. National Development Plan to my Afanyami. Adalilo Munowalti. Then to Babola Hidoman, the Proga Gambia, the Gambia Sementunia, Nabankola Iroakuala. Yo, Walampuruka Coronadna, Bangkok, Kadokota, Kadi funding Keola. Ke senabunda falanta ke senabunda dema na jada kenda bunda ko dema anen karambul anen ku ko tamu yalan ka fasi Gambia nol bondi fentan yakono e barinde ajele gabrita ro conference la foyna tana nda batamu kono no banko kono ane biyo bata kilim wala bije ni dara marché o de ka kumbo mo moyno ukumbo kilim wala bije mol dépense o fami be mun domola tilo kona mu ye problème mol ni courant de dara loptano pour nga boro fansa na munna loptano fam buga boro di la say kata formation na fentiji falina manke ado nyaajo be manke adalilo mun di politico mun da ka dundi wol ko wa bol falam comme sedi li ya fa jami isobita Gambia la kuola yo e fala ye bulo muta ka dun ko ay mun fo wolon ime african president me la ka babol ne bal say e fala nyaayal dale yalla kuolbe la renyani arite la banko la na flota la ka dépenser banko do dam yalla ka fa ko do ada futala molma nyanda futala mulma wala mul yalla ka fa mo do balle di anen banko din kendo fa bita mole la poso ko bari nyinin ka mun transparency the Gambia there's no way to sit down or down in Puriaji the Gambia la funds where they are coming from and where they are being invested in. Problem on there are no metrics, to see what impact have been affected, in the country. So that's no transparency in the country, to answer to your question. Everything in that country is like shrouded in mystery, just like before. The amount of money that they're investing, within their political agenda, where those funds are coming from, nobody knows. The level of corruption muyalan ka fa banko kan sai modo bunjang lo la muyalan ka fa nundo ani sise ka bunto ade bulono sa wala ba bunjang lo kan ko dolin ka ba mun tole moma long mo ngaje le president e bunjang bata ka da ka lo ikete jomun na Angleterre sangon wala fons yara barola jodi as a president ita mo nyom bunjang lo no adun tege ta lon ne ta lon meni na fullo bari kedo jomun na wala siyade ka baro jomun anana president yaade bari dama onyo bumlono so akoko do bande mun tole so have transparency momna there's no transparency in the Gambia baro within the country itself nika development you need to have the trust of the people mo kun kilim buka banko tano ka sambanyado foisi mo bele ke kilinti banko diol be ke kilinti e doko ke ka banko la nyaado ta ka fasa nga wala non wato ni ko tesi do Gambia jawara la jamano kono e mo NCP la di bank e mo PPP la di bank e mo doyle di bank mo be la ka fa ñoom kata ka communities nyol ta ke develop ka silol dana ka kara mullo ka ku ko don ga mu yana ka fa be kala mo be la nafa ko be nga ka kilimu bari ngamunja sai kadun ya jamela jamano kono fatan fanso mun nata nan banko kono ke molta ke molta landi ke sobodun ni moltema wo ku kilimu le ke kan Gambia sai ngaw ku kilimu na je mol man keno kilinti adin man keno kilinti na banko ta samano la nyato ada be sulo tutuda mun kono wodan ka politiko ta ka dunde banko la nyato ta kono ke si fatan fanso da ibanat kan nan ko tan model wala luwol tema alfa taala be kaja filet alfa taala be nenna ibe mol taala be silandila so no problem on political trust mumbije internally is lost. The donors the confidence donors nyanda mu sodola no in the government of the Gambia to make sure that investment na banko kono would be for the poor people, would be geared towards creating jobs for the youth, to reduce the unemployment in the country, to help the agricultural sector, to boost the food supply of the Gambians to reduce their poverty. But they because Muyi and Dila Walang Kafa, they are just like the previous president that we had. Muyi Kafa is out there bent on nothing but the drive to continue being president of the country. So where confidence in Tala Mola donors significantly. And this is what's affecting the national development plan. So internally, without the unity of purpose, Nabanko Tidano Nyato. And externally, once the president loses that confidence and political trust within our donor partners and multilateral organizations, they are not going to bring that fund in the Gambia. And being ala nyame mulda batala, wala banku donto mulialanka for ime fansambano. Ye mulialanka for bije bamansa yala, ibe mola kudo tare te babula le kunne. Bare dobal wala be batala, ado wala be Gambia bi. Nyirara marso da molde bataring amamme tani sedi lide de tin franco muso mulialanka for ine be harjeri kada loptano do ka fa. Nin ko ba nyama bi o manya nakela. Ni masa kunda bije almost 5 years sign. Sanjilulu lamin wameda wasiaral Sanjilulu yeda loptano hala boro mum famu boro itadi no lela yeda loptano e jiko so de ka fa ni dunde fa na banko la loptano e nyande jaral yeda je fa ala ka mo faade ni dino la diata no mo sa fo mo la ka mo fa bar ku dol bije kay komi nga fa janta nyamin tawnte ya do falam bijele inante ya do falam bijele. So no problem with the Sanji Lulusia battle. So we mun ko national development be ni kala mon development or development je silo long ngawol jele bari ita sita silo da yo dare de be do namo do mon fon ko ne paso mun jolo table we na famina inyanta angire mon fon kele la bali muto pour que sino da kara kake
baraka bake
mon development.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you very much, Sirif Ngetan Jai. So maybe mfana nyini kala wala nyinde ko 2020 akumata bakele in this capitalized world, in this globalized world ka alonko banko fana sembo mu muneti wala nyinde ko do jolle bala jibo how much money is in the purse, in the public purse. But in ngajele fana ko for the past year, the whole year ngajele ko so many times in National Assembly, it is immediately to pass a loan or to pass bills or pass spending. Ngajele, julo mambre nyawe nyinin karoke akalafta julo kudo dila musolla lafta min fonsodla min kumaka anata min soto ina yatra bare at least soto. So ngajele fanango fo mu wadol biye mol ka fako jurumila sapi kam minister matiti ngajele ko kodo min kane kase bakele so na revenue ni na public spending ni na rajibe baje ngam min mbaji ni kaka min na sehu 2020 was physical discipline outside of the window. Has it gone out of the window? Wala nyinde ko fo masakunda komi kaje ko depensosi kasi control no nyadile o koñu akarate bulle bang fodo hanka be abe bulle kuma la sotiya
Lamin wo jabiro o sone atale. Ngamera mobe answer no. Wala answer di. Physical discipline. Tamar niro me alon ko na banko be la dépasse o. Nyanta kul kala nyaming. National budget. Constitutional atolon the second most important document. Document omen kumaya fulanjang na bota constitutional. Budget o wala kumaya ning masakundala ning bukul membe kasafe or national budget. Because national budget constitutional ko sawasang minister membe maralin economy bela ditilo memo mambo rejaiti. Constitutional ya mandate la Katana Assembly ka approval meaning ka bao ateka estimate leader ka fu appropriation bill draft estimate ka fu menine dila seno bundala menine dila president la menine dila security la menine dila data kana tek atenala expert on ka sile ko be safe ni o safe nara da député bungoto wolte atala ya dibe afa hani ni wol son men natekala bari ni wol son direct akanakele ko budget, then it becomes budget. So most of ko deputy or wala kan na budget na National Assembly ito la kadera ma mbure o kata nyini ndoro la de bari la minen nyini ngaro make physical discipline wona manam so nyama sakunda bara be atinyata le kabirin from 2019 onwards le famo tinyaro kata being Amadou Sane Biji Astagfirullah, Ninko and Namanon Soto, I'll take that back. Very finance minister Amadou Sane Biji, there was fiscal discipline. And the medal deal, but never ha, say who said live ha Amadou Sane Fasa Kane because of it to be pathetic.
More about suggest for do you have another device on that is close to you? Maybe you can reduce that or you turn that off. Maybe one is in there because I don't have any.
I don't have any device on.
Okay, go ahead. Okay.
My phone is off. I'm using a computer.
Okay.
So
okay, that's fine. Go ahead. Go ahead now. Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, audience I don't even know what is causing this. Because not phone, but it's muted, completely muted. So,
okay, go ahead.
All right, let me see whether there is another device here. Running off completely. I don't know. Okay. Let me turn this off. I don't know whether that echoes. So, all right. So, okay. Lamin, the whole purpose of this budget, Beri Amadou Sane Biji, I Gambia budget follow. I miss some National Assembly. Lamin, it could it be you have a device next to you, or somebody else, or is it me? No,
ni video am kanon kanyin clacking noise moy, but kind of worry, just go ahead now.
Okay. I don't know. All right. Amadou Sane na budget talale 75%. I can be budget deficit wolom come na overdraft. In simple terms, come na expenditure tambita ndola sodo bunana revenue. So Amadou Sane berana da ko Gambia la budget deficit wala tabakele. Nkatara in red na overdraft kasiale. So akomba nga tala pour na economy nying se cool domang pour na dontoro se tala e saje Gambia sa fa na fa wala na ay deficit nying tala ke moto sidila taboro wala ni lulu 75%. That was in the 2017-2018 budget. Mobe contenta mole man sekunda tentu e man sekunda jay bari birim baro ya je ko nyim budget deficit o ya te famola bunda male ala domoro bunda je tala state house ala fita melle je tala problème fo data da bir Amadou Sane vehicle policy introduce ko motolu dépasso men keken man sekunda la motola bunda million keme sala 300 million bari ngo tala aya sama député ko
So I'm apologize. Like what I mean, maybe you got if he log out imuru na kote ke ngaji moji beba. because this is very important. But we want to get you clearly without.
Well, I can log out, but I already did that and I came out. I don't know what. Maybe I use my mobile instead. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe try your mobile phone. Yeah.
I will see my mobile and then get out of the computer. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Sirifu, what was in it, Sirifu, about physical discipline in this government? Well, what do you think? What is your take on overall projection or overall analysis? How has they been when it comes to physical discipline 2020?
Well, the evidence, there's not much, physical discipline, within the country. The minister found that parliament a budget speed and the the indebtedness of the country, especially when it comes to domestic borrowing. Gambia domestic debt ika kodomunda banku di fangulu through ila fenkola todum katan ila public financing Gambia is highly in debt from domestic debt. That is different from external debt. Ngamera from GDP to domestic debt ratio is about 34%. You might mistake. Muyalan kafo wo na full balti. And wobe country affect like nyaming is even worse than external debt because external debt na other countries Gambia do kodola is yamfano kodoma but mulyalan ka fa ka bond sol sang and interest or a bill sol wal yamfuta out you have to honor that. So if you have a GDC to debt ratio of 34%, when it comes to domestic borrowing, that is a very, very big you understand? So nimuku demu yana ka for banko demu be nyanta ni lonale ade nyanta lonale falam komi ade impact la nyami yo sedili point mu raise about amana sale ye munke non kabra natu no amana minister is very vital. The austerity measures nyol da kenati nan towards consolidating the fiscal consolidation and reducing debt in the country. Wastage dol bije wal manjang komi ka motol mul santeng ani ka na flota ka dunde bundal dol to mu yalan ka faka banko la julos anala don toro aka kafule. So our strategy munta wo strategy ken dol leti bari ngalan janna bala dia mo kum fala ala mic not a problem also I'm now labang. But the whole thing is we're more impact back in the country in the sense that Adam Barrow a political motives that goes against our political motives you understand, because if you have those kind of austerity measures put in place when you have a president aspiration to stay in office about affect lale, you understand, because there are certain expenses that the Minister of Finance will not be in favor of, and Obala a political agenda will probably be compromised. And I believe this is one of the problems that they have with Mr. Sane, because Honorable Amadou Sane was more for fiscal discipline and less expenditure within government. But in the moment we are about the fear of the mundo one on Purkata gala time in Taka continue. Naninja no ya jamela time kabrana now. Arch 22 law, Gambia na fatenda. Okay, I Karamunjama Balta Kelo, Loptano, Loka Silo, Loka Project World Fund and Nakonomianaka by the bank that in Samba to such a point, Gambia was part of the highly indebted countries. You understand? And this is like probably the second time the IMF and the World Bank are giving Gambia debt forgiveness, but external debt Gambia domestic debt is continuously going up. And this is concerning because Akamunke, if the government is going to be financing repayment of debt, it takes away the funds that the government is supposed to invest, in development projects, within the country, or investing, in sectors, Mudi Alankava will create revenue streams. Dami Alankava, Kodosi Bono, because Julo Betela, Abogorela Kodnakonete, Julo Jama Bata Yata, every money kela julojo, kudol bi jeta ol kenola. You understand? Because julobe come back. Itala kodo be asebe ma be kana julojo. Yabere se kudol keno ba ita kenola safa mu yalan ka fo no nyila dimba falansiata nya de la dimba na fala na fanya do fam je ta kenola kan ko ete kumbe mu mun de julo dron. So wolan Gambia la problem with and bank sol falang cannot even help the private sector because the government is borrowing from the through domestic borrowing. It will be more lucrative for the banks to buy those bonds. You understand? They will buy those bonds with the money that they have instead of lending to the private sector. So we need to have some form of a fiscal discipline and to minimize the expenditure and domestic borrowing for us to be able to invest in other areas will increase the national savings. Unfortunately, mantra and it's going to get worse, especially now we are in an election year and the president is out there to impress people agenda be kala mundu wrong to use the funds into areas will just be for display for people to see that he's doing something, but they don't really bring anything back in the country. What the Gambia government is in areas that will create revenue streams than increasing our expenditures.
Thank you very much. Sekou, now that you've joined, thank you for rejoining again. Is it continue, Sekou, from where you stop?
Well, I hope I'll be second time lucky.
No, you're very, very fine. This is perfect now.
Okay. Baraka Lamin, thank you. Technology Beola Nyama. So me Mr. Korala analysis maker I kumol mem for just ko demanding ka fujere. Me mem for ka wala nyinti ko nyimman sakunda beri sita beri Adama Baro yaje ko atela migra nyani Amadou Sane la migra nyal man kili. Ba Amadou Sane victime wala matinu. Ameta UDP. Ay Gambia laji. Woli ay balafale soto Gambia ding wala na vehicle policy samana. Pour kan na expenditure kala. Ngo lamini sanji talulu ni lulu banko me ya fonsoto ite wati yele depaso de da doro ise bulo ngaba isa fo mole ko ale makoy wolon borrowing anum borrowing fanna fula lebiji domestic and foreign don toro ke banko fonkan ika fo le ko domestic borrowing foreign borrowing wolon kata banko se memalt European Union, IMF, World Bank, African Development Bank, Saudi Fund. You don't know all the cafe ko ale makoy. But kabrin tol ngam fansoto. Gambia na mana la budgeto dada. Lami ne budgeto dada. 27% ne 2021 budget 27 point something percent bekata debt services la. Wolom ñi julolu ni interest le kana. Dolbe je wol ka grants le tim boko jo. But dolbe je wol ka jole. Julolbe minin nin kangola. So nga finance minister men sota ko ali nga ñin tala adama ko hani ni ñi vehicle policy ke drive all the kamfalan kamale because adama from the word go adama la interest o be moneti mo kana mo kamfan nin kama kana karto fayni adama la interested adama be tarambul ke la state house is eyeing for 2021. So physical discipline ako okay Amadou Sane ba wete natale pour kan na dépasso tala ka man sakunda la tarambulo salam bari nga the architect the key architect memo Mahmoud Njai me alongo ayaya jamela silol master is the master craft of pour ka president wala mako ila fita mel na tiñaro la karola bari ngo samana ndala won la fita fengo fe na ba kala ñel so adana Mahmoud Njai kamana Mahmoud Njai physical discipline man soto kodol be tiñala left right and center sa dada moneke wala de supplementary appropriation bill man sa kunda ka bilo dada le kata kodol ka bang akata ka ñinin karo ke kotenke député olu sa en surata ñinela kotenke wolom pour ka supplementary butum man ni kol ka fune ko pour ka lankangolom right pour ka kodol ñinin ka dada ka ñinin karo ke kotenke pour ka man sa kunda la silolu masekuna la sulolu pour que ala sulolu ni pour que mafa so wala keta issue so ñim membe kerinteng Gambia fiscal discipline ñim masekuna mo so wala tina America masekuna futa jandi iko ni man sekunda man fiscal transparency soto ay man sekunda kamfa ila diam la fundita na janne Ibrahima Jisankere ka kamfa wala bar wala be kering so ni aje bi an tol banku dingol bi ye dunolan to lekan pour ñi hakalan silo anen ñi project ñi foundation stone BMB ndol leba finance la it's coming from taxpayers money ndol leba jola pour que ñi kodolu bondi na budget by force Banjul development project of la janne lamin amanta to tendering mankeji ya sikala rek ya di hadim gayla funding man soto so it's all coming from our budget so tarambulol be nyami andu nte tonya mbe kamfari nka executive blame bari ndeka men fo Gambian oli tonya doron wol be Gambia sambal ka foko ha lafita kari criticize la nyimbe manke executive la faulty de na dibide wol fanan alinge blame because lamin executive te kukela no fayo nin dibide wol man som we have to blame the National Assembly.
We will come to that.
Okay, so thank you. So just forget a question and answer Lamin. You must sekunda ndo ga nga red mark le dila yen question on be ni nga red all over.
Sako menyim be min foga tumo men nata moy ko president kamen de ala nduga ala ndawalo luwolu ndawalo. Ya
Lamin. Lamin.
Adama
Baro hon wili keme wili talulu ala luwolu depasol gamena lafide ni manke comme curriculum depasol de luwolu Adama State House wala ka domaji 2,343 pounds sterling at the rate of $64. Pound o wuli fula keme saba tanna ni saba mana han television singo do
mo hadma den kolo do mo luwolu
State House ko depasi bari yalla memi je busurangol fara mbiyere Lamin ñi figo sol ka funtile mo jamabe State House tabir la lom ibe buñangol lo e ka soto ñi busurangol lom ñinti because Adama se domoro ke nyaaw nyaa ala staff ite 150 so ñimbe ka figo sol la inflate corruption wala be ñin blat so nimbol itata bagasol san jabolu ning duli nolu ning marchandi sol san ikala invoice Lamin Gambia la corruption be ni invoice solet ning atara Adama la depaso lolu 20,000 no ya ke je 50,000 or 100,000 invoice so finance ministry be wala dila so nga kumolu moy janne bri la fi dañu depaso kafola ini ila keni Amadou Sane dunta ñola wala bri la fi dañu bojotol kafola Adama la advisor solo because ika kontongo ke dameng ikanyun kool katajele ko sami mbate da bondi la kool kono ba adama la domoro ni minister lafta interfere la wala rek ina be problem so Lamin this is nying is irresponsible spending abaraka Lamin thank you
so badi local hakle bande annal tere ko Lamin korate nen se ku sedi libijang an sirif kora wala mun katajolte ko men na nga programme mi yalon ko kasas na sibido mineketa nka lokun kibarol jiballe bar bi man dawda man be sangu mo be jibe kan 2020 dan benamene kala wala jinde ko be kacha continue kaje ko 2021 na mirol to way mu ne min gambe dingole ani gambe banko oto min bulo be nyun ko wala mu APST wala mu na jara balde melon ko alhamdulillah ba kata kam bake gambe dingole ani na media fanan alhamdulillah Allah to atentula ko la bake oto APS ni na lafta ko de kiola al pinka alila la Apple coach ale download al ko do ki al fanle watu dawda diata de ko do ki non je and coming be fanan ken duganyol be keje aning fanan ni mi man lafta ka mobile top up fanan ka mola mobile top up credit cola e ko be kalele otal APS commande abi advert to jan inshallah oto bade wolo han ka be ngi continue na kacha wala ñu ko sehu ni sirif as often the case it is always the case because myself I'm a crisis management student because I did crisis management as often the case you know your leaders in times of crisis and communication is key in how you manage crisis so how has COVID-19 crisis rated Barrow's presidency and in Barrow's leadership? starting with Sirif first.
Yeah, COVID-19. COVID-19 crisis munti, was an unprecedented crisis. All leaders across the world have been impacted, in ways unimaginable. Gambia without exception. More than they are very competent leaders. Are very good communicators, and they have national disaster management and crisis management teams. Were effective enough, to help, the political leadership, towards navigating, the crisis that we found ourselves, over the past year. Gambia, unfortunately, no experience. You understand? And mala the disaster management, strategy in Falam was, effective enough to respond to this crisis, in a very impressive manner. So, of course, you have to give some excuses and some exceptions, to the president and the government. But that doesn't say that, there's no room for blame as well. But there's some leeway to forgive them based on the fact that this is an unprecedented crisis. The initial stages, the response wasn't, as great as people would think. But in Gambia, themselves, the citizens, Gambia, they will found, not only, to support the government, what we need more command in Gambia is a month for at all times. It had a moment or the Savelo in South North. They never see that for everybody wore mask. Yeah, so Gambia, they will find to help, until Munda Bantala, Nakodota, Ki, Mol Dema, Kamanol Sanka, Tol Sanka, Badul Dema, and in Mamon found long, Abe Bankunia, and in Banko la Kano Kama. Yung Mol Jelamian Cafe, but opposition party to Munada and Masakunda Fasa, and in Kapudon Taki Dema, UDP Lombang, Dr. Cisse Lombang, and he do from the TRRC, and organizational door on a Munada and Finti. Kela banku dunia ta fasa kaje ka fa COVID-19 ama mol mantora obem kulde mu yana ka fa nyabo kuolon beginning nyinto. So in a way wo fale masa kunda nyin tale ka tema bari yekuma kilim fajang a few minutes ago mu yana ka fa kuma ba ka fa Dr. Cisse nabra sedi lile hapo Dr. Cisse ni opposition members all dol fintitanu President Adam Barrow ka approach pour ye ben the crisis team form strategy ta on ka fero ta ka city ka dibe meaning COVID-19 mon kono besi la kato fay no nyamin ke fero ta ke fero fay pour ka banko ta ka banko de ma pour nga COVID-19 ta to withstand, and there was no response. You understand? If those allegations are really true, is quite disturbing that the president, would be, unresponsive, to the opposition, in a time of national crisis. And coming after Nyaming, the communication wasn't the greatest, but the participation of Gambians within the diaspora and the good citizens of the Gambia on the ground, complemented the efforts of the government, reduced the severity of, this crisis. But towards the end, we saw the president himself, did certain political actions, contradicted, the public health, guidelines. I think kata base, what COVID lockdown was not lifted. Akata jama yellow laje, and war was, controversial, and people were not too happy about it. Maybe I could be, misrepresenting facts here, but I believe, Alabasieta where the COVID-19 lockdown wasn't lifted. Covering churches here about home now, emergency powers can reduce, to appease, public discontent, based on that action. And allegation all falangelano, Gafo Alamolka Finti, Ikata Sate Dolto, campaign on the ground, Suro,
Okay, Sirifu, mbaral demandin dro ngagnin fondi kiota ameda line auto kay mbatu folo. So mbadum bismillah program auto.
Bismillah.
Yeah, bismillah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Ntole Mustafa John France.
Okay, bismillah.
Brother, in Gambia, Gambian, they are very civilized. Yes, better than me. Do they have a contenta? Peacefully, music orchestra. Police of Fundita, the second time. Ye trap, ye booty. So you can say booty jewel. And the Gambia be done in tech. When you kill the Fundita, Muno Sabu. Gambia Manta Nyama. Baro, I am already fail. Paski, give peace a chance. I'll go Miranu. Give peace a chance. What you mean now? Kujamani Yantakaranu. Niya Jame Mamfu. Moman Lano electionora. How many factors will Yanta Biman? You should be Funtita. Public Order Act. Umoyela rights to Kafundi. Parliament sold dunta parliament to come fang kanta. Tuyela rights to Moka ela patio kane Fundi dunya. And ila patio wole sambaje wonu vote. After Hania Kara we get a Molbela candidate. But Mole vote ye sambaje, they are priority. As far as democracy concerned. Niwe malafila je mon nan nabunga parliament. Public Order Act, sa mun fundita no solle be fundila ko tegi ye lipa ye gas fente kala don ko baro ko mo kilin ka masa kunda be no ka funte aya fammal mo be wuli ali ajele min keta tanje. It can start from that. Ndab ko fo Gambiano le ni fundita kana nyinke because Gambiano they are very peaceful. Police bute. Why they are protected? Yela Kuru protect, Yela Balo be protect, Yembamal bute, Yena sister bute, Yenino Badi will Nyami Yola Eka Kamabira, even more in the Siloka. No, Constitution of Kononia, any elected person, not a Molaka voted. Human rights to the Edoki, Yeta Karamola Banda. Human rights to the Yela Muso Samaite Ulu Banda. Hey, to Babo Lastatara Yato, to Yala and the Tabuloka. Anana Fama Mediamo, Nafania, Papa Fly Baba.
Abaraka. Thank you. Abaraka.
Alabaraka.
Sorry, Sirifu, you met on the line or but I'm kind of okay, but go ahead, Sirif.
No, I come about level. Yeah, along to Abarco, if you are not a listener to a faithful opposition, you'll become a listener to a faithful opposition. So near move about it. You know, more than a bank of cotton, you kind of discontention, Tunisia number, Libya number, Ethiopian number, what revolution on Latina, and Gambia doesn't need that. I move for Tonyana. But going back to Yin Kamunda, you know, Barola communication, he's not the best communicator. You know, I did a bank of cotton to sit down on a weekly basis in a public film call, press conferences, Kela more motivate, you know, to respect, you know, the social distancing and then health guidelines against COVID-19. Yeah, and there was a time, you know, in the Gambia, the newspapers were asking, where's the president? So in a time of national crisis or international crisis, when the president should be publicly seen, you know, to appease the fear of the people, to motivate the people, you know, to stick to the guidelines, you know, towards, you know, combating COVID-19, President Omanje, Abenukundi. And now, Molmina Mwenakafo, he was not responsive to the opposition leaders, you know, Mulianan Kafo, you know, if you talk Ampuruka Dema, is very disturbing, you know. But again, as I said, I don't think this is super surprising to a lot of people, you know, in the Gambia. He is not the type of leader, in my opinion, that would take, Gambia to the promised land. He doesn't have the confidence, and he doesn't have the public trust. He doesn't have, the political trust, internationally, to take the country, to where it needs to be. And we've seen him even outside when he goes on international trips. He can't even express himself, in an intelligent way or in a convincing manner, when he's asked, by the press. So
thank you very much.
He's not the best communicator, and I don't think he has communicated effectively during the COVID-19 crisis. But again, I think solidarity of the Gambians within the diaspora and in Gambia and internally was what really helped us a great deal. And then complement the efforts of other people in the government. Mulyal and Kafi did their best to make sure that we went through the COVID crisis. So I applaud those people, but I think Ninda Barrow score out of 10, I'll probably give him a 6 out of 10.
Thank you very much. What I'm gonna say, I have another caller now. Kalajulati. Kalajula, bismillah program auto.
Assalamu alaikum. Lawin bemo be kontona dinding keba musukabuke. Mbete fa kontona ba ke mbete ndula mbejela. Mbe sirifu kontona mbate ndula mbajela. Mbe seku kontona mbate ndula mbajela albanku dinkende. Alhamdulillah natel sifa siata banko kan ka fol kono ado bundalto ka mol karandi tumando bato filomen be Gambia diwlu nyaato o be bolale pare Usenu Dabo ko di akafa ko kukende barla ala nyabera ala nyaballa
Lamin is on mute.
Kawandikan alba kandikan alba makoy kan natari alafta makoy rola because mansa jumale nyanta imakoy la menka to nyakoy akasilo yitandila adun ala ya long albe min fo kanja billahi nin adama baro e lamoy nin kuma kan la aba tanya lon nale bari melbe sira bare be hadume de nole yaje ko kana dan ko nanne bafula ko imaje membe keri mfamu UDP le kato bari aten membe siri jankiri ti membe siri UDP to adal mina alma UDP flag ko alnatla alko banko diwlu banko la radio unu banko la radio melo banko dimu bejan tala tubabu melba ke bala meliya ko kunu bejan tala radio la tubabu wal nata radio ke baro jawo ki bi bari wol nyantalo ta ko ni radio mo radio ki me alon ko abe mol fahamundika adum ni Gambia tin ken dol men falande sire ni debe Gambia di on fahamundika ka president fana mako yi atuta president bu faba famma ko la fata famma ko nimbala fa warata ni mira 1980s kono santol to village sol to moli matani sotole satin olto naji do tumo ko ba kunda musuke ba do bije ka fa kumuna tarawalle lami wo musuko ma be o sato ko be ka wula bulo ko kilimbuka fa bi moluko development no le nata bi moluko molle karanta bi molko bita kan nyatole moluka ta loptalo te ka wulu ka fa adu wolu wotumo wol kala min solle tamandi ela fujoki e bor jambol ta yedada kedi musukono walla melke la yelo control en fo bi musukono ma kata lo tano to fay mu na yelo mankita mo bukalo ale men fo don wolemu because mone mo killing karamati je londo tije e kaje moji karamoto ya sama no sira ma hani fen ke fa wala great nice student no exam o feri o samba weta moji pharmacie to mi an ko ma hani ta school wobe wafiro e boro wafila na banko bita nyaadi ye bari wo nim banko bita ko nyama mo nyaada ka nyoma kaman sanati men nyanto be clara billahi biri ala dunya da nene man saje ma hada badu je men bolota ko mi adama baro because munemu adama e men soto billahi mo mondi ya so la balu kono itenyante happy la dunya balu be ko ite ak ya no adama kita kilondi man salati kilondi mansa wo mumuneti ite mo kilondi yati nate kafuta wula gelle tata ye bampu ye ke diuti wol be ko ite la nyatota ite bo sino kay bita kay tata nato be jam fa yena mudu ko tay ko sato be nyanti la korral soron na ye kafu ite la korra doroma because atela kon adama la konsebo bo nyaala bi wala intiko political party o parti be Gambia ko be nyanta pour kala Gambia no li nati men kay mo tamandi
baraka bake
so abala fa warta
baraka bake
alama jola alama ma ko la alama hadamadi be kadamadi kendo be keta Allah moylalti ala baraka suta tili albakan sheku no lu be radio to be la pejo to elwas ala kata de alina kata amanjam fa ko tay wato sidale amanjam fa tumando bato alina jibe janni ba fa karo janni 20 days or 30 days na jibe ala be kala butuni ala emergency jawo tilo ala baraka.
Thank you. Sekou, what I'll do is go ahead now, and what we are talking about, Sekou, is crisis. Whether COVID-19 crisis has how has COVID-19 crisis rated Barrow's leadership?
Abaraka me call us all tentola me kala jola tentola de ali kola be la kuma kamul kende adam be tentola bagani audience kenol nun jibe kam bari ngol lamen pour que la ñu question jabi COVID-19 e barola inefficiency and other incompetence I will ever expose right straight on because yalong Gambia no we are so much indulged in something wala ñentiko ha itala opinion la ñenti say Gambia no yo la mota sawndo ti say fama fe la opinion lo yes o mu toñalati but toñami be larin kene bato momo ite la 5 common sense be tandela yalan ko tana COVID-19 billions on la dundita ci right amanke control be sini membe kirin platform otolo because na all the time in this world so in our hands just pour ka baro kajafi jam mbe mem fo kan jam manta kajafi gambe baro we holding Barrow's government accountable womun tolu banku dingol la duty lati momo la fita man sekunda tentula is optional right ni la fita yake ni man la fi wo muy la problème mo ma ñane idoya la wala tolbe banku dol men na jan jomal le kata je ka man sekundal den man sekundal be doku kendol men na tubab du jam banku dingol mo time so dafa pour kata social media ko ka man sekundal le tempo because yalo ndiko la doku wolom mol ke la namul jo wala itolle sita je itolle fan sasi ko they want to be public officials so ning ikata public official de lafta ka doko ke banku dingoli mol ka namul jo ite ku kendo ke woto amanjere moyta ya mbe bulo kasila karebe doku kendo e kanyinde Africa dronet ya ono sani bari what masekon mol kam nevo holding the public officials accountable tonya kam mbe wole ke kan jang kontrol kan namul le jo mansekunda revenue ka dundiji abuka bo political party la ranke sot abuka banku dingol bele ka melka namu jola la kurole ka dunji so sayinga men fo jang COVID-19 for tonyante nyinti ko dunia bankol yentol mako yo IMF gave us $21 million iko ye wuli keme lulule bondintol fongola consolidated funds na fongola budget toto $500 million $500,000 iko yo le bondi warning banku dolla mako role man kilingoti European Union all this the World Bank so billions of dollars is led to COVID-19 lamin sun nyinketa say ngaaje ko frontline workers na banku din kendol million ko ni ko frontline wala ka wallon kela wallon sojarol ti wala ka tanyato ben covid be keri pour que min courant kele wol fundita je ko mela jol soto ila alawan susol man soto bari nga mona je man sekunda e moto kutol sang project vehicles COVID-19 funds moto kutol sang tinted glasses ibe niela werol serende ni be konote bu keji yenyi moto le sang say ning no solo ning melbe doku wala jate kendala bundara pour kan tolo makoy nga president fonje comme Mr. Kora ya fo nyamen president fon me alonko atele nyante kela number 1 citizen the first citizen of the Gambia Adama Barrow pour kam makoy bratolon the commander in chief atolon dol bela nyaton ko comme afon ya fo nyamen so ning kelo nata Gambia atele nyante tala nyato atele nyante kala role model COVID-19 kono Adama fon ko mas dum ngaji janne biri la sangoto biri tata ye state burial ko biri da fo Peter Gomez ka Adama Barrow remind constantly ka fa president o masdum abe public gathering da ko masdum adama kataka gatherings or organize atata political rallies organize foundation abe yai la kafol be gather together. So nothing taken seriously for being banku dingol wurta social media adama mam banku dingol for address lamin. We are making analysis of COVID-19. Adama mol wulta jan iko adama barole adama mbe bankol men kono jang alkaje la wala nyato ko daily ika banku dingol address ika press conferences ke biri mol wurta je ngaje Ministry of Health Dr. Samatina la mol tonya ika press conferences ke me tonya fo dundal Dr. Samatina la mol wolka daily press conferences ke so nge tentu wala nge jay wala man na jan just pour ka negative ko Dr. Samatina la mol it wolka daily press conference ke but press down ning mol wurta ita recorded speak. But at a former month, he was exemplary in the fight against COVID-19. Puru kelola karola, puru moli wulinga banko market. So COVID-19 yep adama barola inefficiency I will expose coming adama mantra lokam banko e. So the whole health sector me alonko lamin the whole hospital ndolla ICU intensive care unit niko ko laransay labiti. Laransay unbelievable. Laransay intensive care unit Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital. Comme ning accidental kala mol mel yalan ko emergency patients le kata dami banko be la l'hôpital da Laransay la bici. So ñu be man social distancing was not observed. Mune kala jam our presidency from hit hard. Ministers started getting COVID-19. The thing got exposed because do kudlal adamanya da wulama airport or shorong on time for biri mol wurta. So enough stringent measures were not put in place. So yes, again, again red mark on COVID-19.
One would also argue, the fact that I could not dedicate, $500 million into this, and the fact that Fananko, what new Wadakanaka Diamo Kemodi. Even though to some expectation to the some certain standard, but at least Musa he has also done played some little effort to contain this coronavirus. But also, when confused as to how those model be used in terms of COVID content. But of course, in another sensitization, we can understand that. But the whole thing, I think, managing crisis, ila partner solo, all the opposition parties, come in Senegal, Kenyame, Makisal learning opposition parties will be able to nyola. But the Lara he ignored our politician. But I mean, Arara Makisal, and as a Senegal, I'm only the Senegal, Purukana, Jang, Puriamerako, those people would be able to help. But at least a little bit of credit is there, but also, of course, it can be critical.
You can understand it. President wa ke kuleke purka banko address. Yalong nganyina kukelena. Adama mantra voluntary service di Gambia la de. Adama nkajo dalasi wuli keme fula wuli talulu kari. And abuka tax jo. Abuka namojo. Civil servant ka namojo. Adam ala clothing allowance $323,000 is annually. Ala deniko kamendu to leka dia. Ala deposit to leka di. So pro na banko address 10 minutes recorded speech. What is the tip of the iceberg? Ya understand? Anyanta wala kela. Mba joka wala na mo ka be munakela. Ya understand? Dia mo ka mol address is not the woman ke the most important thing. Main important wolom. President Keko, yes, if undi tajane mani boto ni duli no nuntaleta makati square. Wolon Vice President Kamfata Gambia funding ko bula ko Gambia funding ko na manul seleni mo trokol kay masong $744 million is lomba yo spend yo ikoye mani botolu janjane bari nga kuma kamol fana moyle ko dolu koye ma soto bara keta nyawanya yo kodoni ya bondina ranke sotole ya mani boto sang Gambian ol mako wo inyanta wo kelale bari biring ya de makisali yo kere because nyima se ko ndeka nyinja nyamin they are not innovative. Ibuke mira kwole fong leka. Maki sale flota da ngaje Senegal ngaje social media maki sale manol sang aning bagaso la tara ke ila ya display rek adama fana volta kom fana be nyinkela non dana banku dingol be kampala ngam. So ayake yes fair enough. Mo be ma sudo doli asotole. But Lamin, the most important thing be diamo conclude that I mean post recovery period of COVID. What am I address? Because ngani ndiko so de ko be bola ni courant to la ni global pandemic. So Gambia be mone prepare kan ko ni COVID botala economically na tourism sector. Bao tamo bunda soronta le bring COVID nata. Tourism be wuli la nyadi le. Anin bonan the business community. Purke makoy. Yaja janne ngalo ne ko Gambia sembo ma wala ko banku sembe mal men kam ko America or Great Britain or European partners Malayala ko they also ye mako ro deal la self employed so like kuro mako ye kuro bondi ya dealer ndol mo soto bari they could have come out with tax exemptions for business or la carola ngade ko sa in tourism sector just hit hard businesses so they run out of business right now. Some of the companies they could not survive. But when we have a whole minister of tourism, Amantaro address Kamborabe political. This is the problem. This is the heightened level of comment namaralo betaka nyame. So COVID-19 lamin ma yalon telola janga foko man sekunda man hani fengo fenke. That will be disingenuous. Ndo fola. Come ila kataro nyanta menkela. Come it's not an expectation of Gambians. Ntela jero to de. Tumando banku do no sitara siri nyana ya foko. Adama has got green mark. Green score. But to me, again, it's red score. Yeah, Lamin, just before it, for Allah, I'm saying, or resign. Coordinator, Mona resigning. Yalon, Yedali Lol.
Tell me.
Moma, Amanda publicly, Kafo Dalilo may not resign, but Nalon, the curriculum, the national coordinator for COVID-19. I have found Dalilo. So we have rumors all the Bekela, but in Dolnaman Sobi. Wala ñun de koy kafuta la ko je kata ñami wala ma ñafa ay fonyo because amala fala credibility afekla so that itself answers the question ko barola government poorly handle COVID-19 Lamin.
Thank you very much. Okay, Janim Peter, I think I have 3 more questions but me mbe question do biye mbol fulala mbol join dale pour nga quickly we round this up question fulala wala ñu de ko na National Assembly and this draft constitution mbe jakasla mbe blind mbe combine la like question client but Janim be do nawro badi ma do we telephone do sante ngota assalamu alaikum badi
assalamu alaikum alnimbara Allah ni takaya mo ba kapere kunta important about education in our local languages. And I am appealing also if communal in other languages too, because I listen to a lot of radios or maybe internet programs about Gambian politics and a lot of things. But many of them are missing. I think that who are with
But it can't demanda because we cannot come on back.
I'm coming for all of this. Gambia a lot of program on that. English.
But it's a call canon because we came back. Like no matter scenario back.
Okay.
Sorry, Seku. Okay, so maybe can I Seku? All of the National Assembly 2020. Ejikol ma fale bang. So konina rajibe na draft constitution very important in this change. 2016 na falendero kata dalilol milikama. Naraje constitutional review draft constitution present now to the National Assembly. O kola banda nyaadi na National Assembly if an conduct nyami sa fa ko dolu amanka betide bari nata jibe wayna mo jama kamfande na député ol ka wayna mo jama kamfande na démocratie fanan tarambulol la bari ngaje ku jama ko kono sefu so what is your take on na National Assembly ni nata nyim bejibe kol milanko all the headlines that they made in 2020? What is your overall assessment of our National Assembly? Bari Seku tata okay Seku. Yeah. But Seku wara me ngara Sirifia follow.
Yeah, let's Sirif start. Yeah.
Yeah, Sirif, go ahead Sirif. Go ahead with that Sirif.
Yeah, abarkalani. Personal kumaya barale. National Assembly ni nantalo na ka for we don't expect them to have consensus at all times. National Assembly mudla the Gambia and Kafo Allah me mala feka diamu tele bane be mute na.
No, go ahead, Sirifu.
Okay. No be mo fokan ko National Assembly komi nyante ila nyato National Assembly la dalilo nyanta wala korosi la follow. Yo yamu bunati bomu yalan ka fo amante kambe wala nyanta tarla je wati dol fo wali yo sitraje. Well, on the essence of democracy, take a bill so that not to deliberate, on bills and argue on the merits of bills. So when we have, certain disagreements, National Assembly, the way is natural. Yeah, but the disagreements all from fancy GB, near Korosekunga, Milana, while you're keta, while you're Dalil all from Mumunti. So, Nabra Munketa, Gambianola sooner, the one on draft constitution on Yinti. Woman won't tell be disappointment balti. I feel tamuna. But mota for a National Assembly members will be made a do more the National Assembly members will come Mulia and Kafa ye bang. Put the draft constitution on Yintaka pass. So for fancy will letter no Jana, but it will be Mulia and Kafa yela do for the family and Tachana. So that is my take on it. The people, who have, voted against, the Constitution, they did it, Dalilo Muyadna Yake Ngalone, Wolmole de Mulialan Cafe Jama Pal, Wolbeno UDP, Monsakunda, UDP Patita Kononu, Adambaroye Sang, Ayeka Fundama, Dolbota NRP Jamaba, Dolbota GDC. Mullata balanal kan pour ka constitution on yinta ka against National Assembly nyinto bari National Assembly members all dol bijela sembe malbe UDP be ila deputy be ani doy ani party ko tawl wol be constitution on yinta la ka fasa so nyanta ka walta ke jay so I don't think as a whole that should be collective responsibility. Because those people supported the Constitution, the draft Constitution bill, and they did it in good faith. But the ones that against, opposed it, and killed the draft bill in the House of, Parliament, are the people that we have to, pay close attention to. And they did that, not in good faith, because they are going to have a constitution in draft constitution well, if you see out of 1997 constitution, in 1997 constitution, ning wuluta ya jamela jamano le kon adum adalilo be munti wala purka ya jamme ade tajiminte ya mun na Gambia nun kata ka fasa loi la mu yalan ka fo loi en mbalo you understand so nin loi ko to mu yalan ka ba dara dibide bun kono official bata ni loi ko to adum na banko ti dano la nyato ni ma loi ko tol so do loi ko tol take buruka bare buton mobe na ka wali ko na dami wodon ka fo ni dibidol mo ye ban dalilo mo na wodon ka fo de mo sa adam baro e bola fasa kan ka do ko time limit mo bije wodon ka fo adam baro wala masa ko tan manyan na more than 2 time limits on la Gambia wala mo nyanda kala president ay tambi sanje tawna yan family adon wo manke kuti ko mi sediriya fa min janyami adam baro atabe suman kan sanje ta lulra atamantre suman kan sanje lulu rona wala sanje ta lulra atabe suman kan wala adon nyim banko lu akuto mo fo wala ka fa sanje tan nyo kije inyanda bola adon ba te ala nyin sanje lulu fo lokele atata mi la ko tan sanje lulu so wo mo kuti mu yala ka fo wo ma arrange adon any dipidol mun da ke sam wal ba fa ta kan challenge. So overall, it's a long answer, but we have to look at the essence of the National Assembly. It's supposed to be an institution. Muyana have debates over bills, and then they will have disagreements. They cannot have consensus at all times. But we also have to look at the disagreements they have. Were they done in good faith, or were they done to promote the political interests of a certain group, which is the executive, and in this case, that's what has happened. So compartmentalize mun ku kan do nga wol jay mu yalan ka be ku ke mo nyanna mun kala ngol ta nge jabay so on nga ko nyon ta
Baraka, thank you. Okay, Sirifu, thank you for that. Simin ke orang seku ngata. Ningo ke drong. Then one more question dong ngalai no yele for callers. So Seku, what's your take on our national constitution vis-a-vis the draft constitution politics?
Lamina Baraka Namera Sirifia summarized it very well. Menketa Gambia Mbelengalong, obviously, debate wolu majority is in draft constitutional. Isontale. But the coming Gambia Maralo men can be 1997 constitution, Gambia constitution along, even though Molka for Jami constitution, the little men and Gavia Jami constitution because Ala Jaman which ushered in the Second Republic, a constitution, but Gambia constitution on the Maralkan men can wolom. For 75% of the MPs have to approve. For either first reading or second reading. So at the first reading stage, yeah, far. Yeah, constitution man chance different prior to second reading now. All right, second reading ne abula je tata no wala famo they don't know it will have to fall in the role men kala je they could have it's a debate no so ko but debate wala me yalon ko yenin constitution o ya support foke tento ke jay e lota Gambia enne yela katakol kele bare bawo loi mo luale ko si kemo keme si la taworo no 75% wala nyanta sonnala so adama e moneke bawambe ñing koy tan be mako adama dibito dolbe national assembly dibite seol melan ko UDP e bay bi wol ka adama barola agenda le support so adama le masterminded the rejection of this draft constitution lamine kabrim bay wulu na manaje ñaaton ka yake namanke adama baroti anon be wolo ndila dalel kenego namanaje man sa president inata ila constitution because adama the success of this government is wolom pour ka falindro samana falindro te ate timandi la no ni Gambia man constitution kudosoro because brimbe kelola wurita jande ngoni 1997 constitution or public order act ni loi kurmol ibenyanta bola na Gambia la loi bola no wala kele tala solo sandeng afata la electoral reforms ani mol victimol mol men kelo ke Gambia so falindro la the pivotal point of the change wala pour ka Gambia maral buka kudosoro adama fongonata adama bring 3 years jot na Gambia don wol wulta je ko adama nyanta gila ay dray meeting ka state house ay mo fa ko man na do ko bang draft constitution man pare adama ni ndari loledi ako constitution on be constitution kuto samba kanam so same justice Chorno Jallow Gambia din kendol Gambia lonnal loyal mais ko adama fongole jiko soto ñunuto amanke ko opposition on le ñunuta wala na it is laughable
Akomoda ko mole seko sedi le call dunta wala ka ken mole call drong dan de ka e ke la stream be dundu nyoko so akomoda bade ngal hako dane woto me men ka drong hana janne seko kana woto se si tenten bar ngani gibe nga kola tabang pour ngo nak nan assalamu alaikum badin
wa alaikum salam
ito di mane ka komando ko montole
Lamin, I do apologize. Somebody call me.
Yeah, okay. Okay. So let me allow this caller to land, then you continue. Go ahead, caller.
More like I'm calling. You know, mobile or this.
Because I would do I understand. And after all, it is in our local language, which is very important for the other people because you know, and they have to be aware of politics and what is going in our country. And some things, media, so many things about Gambia in cry because right now Gambia is very backward. We have to accept the reality. Gambia in Africa, in West Africa, Gambia is very backward because of, I don't know, maybe our politics is not matured or many people are not aware of what is going outside the world. And that's why I'm very happy about this program, because most of you people are in outside. And then the multi-million ko, then the nyanta kelo kela, and the more liberate from this illiteracy. Because in Gambia data coma, until we do data coma. So what are we fighting for? Why do we go outside to search for money or to educate ourselves? It has no importance. Our education, our importance to our roots. We teach our people, even we could be in foreign, but teaching our people from foreign.
Okay.
Understand? And the Camille Moy Komi Baro Walla, and in many politicians Gambia, but things like that, now we have to make our people aware of those things so that our leaders, no matter we are supporting them or we are opposing them at that time, they don't have to say such things. Europe, everywhere, in first world countries, President of Bicalo, Kafo Konteleng Silo Dara, is a very foul word. Ningata Kumbo did it because Ninkumo Akambo Mala feeling. Because woman get to that, woman will have pilot, Sama dollar, the military, boy from a data, they are poor and paying their tax. Yeah, and the development in the country. And then Amira leaders all should stop those kind of things, and we are the ones who should make our people aware of those kind of things.
Go ahead quickly. Yeah.
Okay, Mario, I want to apologize. Paper embed Dani Rokelan, Temantrani program host kang, Nadia ko Dolben call kang, Lamine program host, and Tete call style no, please, Mbal Daniel Regal can call. So people are calling the 2 numbers or they want to contribute. So,
on the topic. So,
yeah, somebody just try to call me on WhatsApp. I'm married after contributor. So, but anyway, Lamine, quickly, can you call up on 10 Jay? And also, maybe say Kumakamalakan. So, Adam Barole constitutional ying, I undermine the rejection of the constitution. And Dalila killing is a meaning of tafal. Well, on the retroactive clause. Well, ko nin constitution kuto ni anata, nin draft constitution or nada do that second reading. Ya murundi banku dingol kan. Then banku dingol we voted in for this constitution, yes. Adamala nyin sanji luro men abemboka me bola ko 2020 go be konti lala sanji tamotole so akamta ate 2026 ate lola. Nyine adamana la mol kamfa. Iko ka adama discriminately. Ngala mol mele ka foko imanyana constitution manyana mo discriminate la tonya. Yes. Banku dingo manyana discriminate la bari. Lamin alangam fongo nyininga mo don constitution oti. Ni constitution, what is the meaning of the constitution? Banku dingo lafita menna wala constitution kodi. Simple answer. Well, on constitutional. Well, on the constitutional, the Nabekala constitutional, ikata referendum. Banku dingolo nimmal la fi menna manya la anu mbete kambenda no ku kilingol. Fengol banyi constitutional to la mi memante favor, amete favor among Gambian diaspora no favor. Iko Gambia diaspora near dual nationality ite kala minister. Ite lola president. Moli o ko kala jande ko that is discriminatory towards the diaspora. Iko womu ye fatan pansole samana Gambia dingol membe diaspora. But woman yanati and dolman constitutional support. But in a cabinet cabinet frowns upon discriminatory nature of the constitution towards Adamaparo. Lami nyene fo bala fa wata Gambia cabinet minister sol. Itolubuka itolmanta woshi kan constitution e Gambia dingol tora jabe nyin draft constitution même Gambia no favor. Itol mo clean because wole palaso ditol wole appoint. It started and so walatina Adamaparo deputy dantan kuman. Akoy ko nalta ala alkana song. Nye pass. Wala nante lami it's a joke. Adama funkata muneka Jonathan Goodluck Samanang. Yalong. Puru banku doli na mako ikakol facility. Nothing wrong with that because Gambia is not an island. But mun problem be kiri. ite fongo ye denano menta ye denano nyunta you killed off the constitution at the embryonic stage, all right? At a structure damage, ite fongo le afa. Adama has never defended this constitution. In a manner, the covering draft constitution of Urada, Adama interview Kumani Kafuko. Go, Yaya Jamenala Yaya Jamea, and you know Balafo Adama La Carola, Ninka for Yaya Jamenala Yaya Jamea. Ala 1997 constitution bring a Molbula Dokola. The APRC government campaigned, the APRC government campaigned pour Gambian only vote yes. In a manner, when a new man secunda bringing draft constitution of Adama Funda Koko, adding a constitutional support, Amanke. So Adama is a tarikole for Nankajan, it a form of constitutional, if only a far after lamining a million tani war, $116 million is Fuaro Lokoro, would do the constitutional kuna. It a form of chairman moment, it a tombo, Justice Chono Jallo, Amanke Mole Atombo, Iko Jikitala. Warning Gambia Londitio loyal, you will do the constitutional in other diaspora, Molininka, ye banko Beninka, ye political parties all Beninka. So ite kun kilingol na fakan ye constitution emo deputy dantan kumandi iko alafa. So say lamin. Okay, you are trying to revive the constitution because na moya la speak to la ko a constitutional revival. So nim deputy say for an bunda national assembly ye constitutional faji kotenge. So adama be all blame lamnela. And it's going to be a tall order because na my UDP la leader la I fully explicitly. I don't think I support. Konyin draft constitutional. Hani fenne te falinaji. Na falintaji obviously more deputy will support. Because why constitution of a falina? Draft constitution we can all be happy about it. Cool be the melia lonko mental favor. Molbe gambe Christian or ngaje secularism. Molbe nyo sabalala. But there is no perfect constitution in the world. US la constitution is not perfect. You understand? Lual be keri melia lonko molbe te dakora no killing lamin itela la finda fengo Mr. Kora la finda fengo te se who la flamena will take la kilinti. But yalong ikafiko give and take. Ni Adama banko je. Adama nyanda la mol komandela ngo. Bari yalon te fongo nyuko kande bala mo men nata ko ate sanji lulo fongo kanyanta say wala ka sanji tandi lulo ngaba. Wonder shall never end lami. Let me stop there.
Abaraka bake sehu, thank you very much. So na nyinin kar labang mbol kala danga nata nga kola sol fanal yeta fo danga programme kumfa. Bade le kal tentu kal jay kal nimbara bake albe lama ko nyim mam yelon kola ke kanyum programme wala hankabe kanyin kal hakilo bande ko APS wala bulo banyum programme ko to be tentu lambe jay la baraka bake. Saying mfele mbidung ndunda 2021 sehu what yem itela jiko fe anin sesirifo 2021 what does it mean akoto mu muneti Gambia banko ninko Gambia banko sovereignty comes into play ninko Gambia banko our international standing, you know, how we play international politics, how we are perceived, and then you know, the respect we earn in the international community. But also ninko Gambia law, what does 2021 means for Gambia? What is to go na aims and object na aspirations for a good governance. Comme banko e ka fenke melanko at least sim fansorno nyabe nya chube nyama. But na expectation for 21st century Gambia. Botong lafta ngadu wakatala ko sako nina rajibe nyin ko be fanan kono nyin nyala bang mbe dunkan 45 ndunta 45 sangla kono. Bari ngajele ko no special kam bake wucu wochabe siya kam bake molbe wasi kam bakele kabo Gambe banko kan Gambe bantala tumo men na mol luntal lafte duna no politiko kono luntal lafte duna 45 kono don molbe mole consensus de bake molbe wasi yosoto kon bakele ko na voter registration no mielon ko abena commence ta mela bake fasi ke fendi mielon ko akalbanti ya sidunga ko kono bari abetara nata 2021 Sirif ngastari tela. What are your expectations?
Lamina Barka. 2021 mo sang kumayang band. For the whole world, but especially for Gambia, especially after the COVID-19 experience, we are for us affected countries in a very multidimensional way. 2021 Gambia no opportunities adla pour ka carte o fay ke Masakunda kuto tombo ke Masakunda tombo mu yaran ka fo abe tamala to nyala ke tamala hidola ke banko ta ka samba nyato we nin sankuma yande bake adon banko diol be nyanta silale ye mira banko al hawa mun kono banko be kolya mun kono moldo bata mun kono sena bunda la lombang karambun la lombang jara ken yala bunda karola lombang anin fansoto la karola niaji be Gambia funding kewol wala siata the population statistics yamo yitandi over 65% of Gambia's population is below the age of 30. But the youth employment on the Gambia is over 41% of the youths are unemployed, in the Gambia. Come I said, if I do the Karamundo, I go so that I cover, I depend on Mbeke la Karamundo, ni jita. If I need to do ko sort lale, you sort of blow so they see fan nafano nyami, yela bululalta, ye nafa, yela bankota ya iro. Yeji yesi iman do ko sort. Muso mfa muso di ta futo no le fay. Ibe sire fala suoko. E fala be dani na e bale be dani na e nya bola. Wodo ko do be man ku keno e. Fonni ke jama bay silo tale kata ba kwela. Dol ya me do ma be jama ba ka sara ta silo kam. Hani mul fa yan kay futa tas tubabu du. Mo be man har jew soto dol be sirin kampol do bi di ma do ko soto. Hammo wole futandike. Bari tamo fam biya ko leata ita muru no la su kan ko sule fanan ko leata gambe dum do badare ila bankol kono e be ngaybe kan banda fanan senola karola yesenoke yera tiyoso ya buza ya bula bodo kono asanna fam atije mol mawlonno be December kono non to December ngasi ta tere to sita senela be la ka konta kadun ko yalla ka fa e bata munke ila kunko ni yela tiyo da ya samba sekko ada sannal ebe ko do sot lay si fanna fano mun na bi woti ni kurante dara loptano to e jararo fam asikolea nun to ni dara loptano do isi borota ya dila ye kontan ye pengo dila ye jar war bi Gambia da hawam ko formation to ibita jere ka borosa ibe borosa no ko do mum fawna akeka problème mo mane bodon famu mane bodoti pour mo yata ya dundi la korda ko no bi problème ono non to Gambia tout c'est ma abuka manki Gambia no buka fu ala dani nona par bi nda ko le am kono sembo warta bake adum ajama ba ngalon kabrin ya jamera jamano kono lo nyimbata ko seta pata kan anara na tilim baliyata tilim banku dimulla mon na danga adam baro danga fasa ke ya jame bondije jiko kan ka fu ngata nata nan a banko falin nale ado asinya mon sakunda ko na sarto leta anillahi dol ay wala di Gambia dimulla be jiko soral bar bi o jiko tinyata o be mu yati nya wala hadu mo ani politique Gambia non nyantale si mira banko tubabu dulon ba Afrika lon ba nyaaje ya nyaado ta soto isalan ka fe la monsol isilata ila banko diul ani la mara fen hakola de yesilota isila kendo muta e tonya fasa yela banko don fasa ga banko ta ka samba nyaato adun Gambia bi wonde tama kanje ani ya jamela jamano aman jam fanyol adun mandin ko den kilo mu ye tulun ko kuno nyala di abetulon ti nyala ni nabe ta kan Gambia anu ni musawne de sama mu yalan kafo Gambian diwlia opportunity soto le again kata election ola ke masakunda ta masakunda falin ye masakunda ke mu yalan kafo adela nyanto fasal ye masakunda falin mu yalan kafo asi monni na bantalan kol mu yalan kafo kan dema ye jiko so da Gambia masa kunda la ko do dila ko do mu yalan ka fa bata la ba dépenser la ila banko la ino nyaato tala yo Gambia non mo banto do fana mu yalan ka fa be la moy kam mon la jam ko bi mu yo komandiro ka français mon fo diaspora ndel nyanto non kan nam molta ke kumandi ka to nya fo e mu yalan ka fa be ke kan Gambia won be ke kan je tilimba yaam be ke kan je lahidi nyaam be ke kan je nga fo e nyaaje no adam baro sita bi amon fo diaspora ko mo be olonde diaspora kelo ke jam batele nyaaje nga kelo ke findita na banko kadne na karombe non je nyaaje ngalan ka fa tilim wala ka banko samba nyaato o tilen kilon lafta wala dun na banko kon mol findita ye tew city itata EU ta idiamta EU masa kundae America jam mol findita ke Gambia no diyata ka fasa pour fali na ay nana banko do o fali ona tan ngi bari bi la hidone jiko ngam so don na masa kundal ati nyata mo nyata ko dangan tew city ko mi kunum ay tambi kunum fawntade nga kelota ngate be jihado la kono adu nyanda kala la Gambia don mulian ka fe be siren Gambia isi ko makilon ron na foyeno adam baroko ako boso la babul momon ding ni ma fasa abe jin la boso ko to nyana boso la babul bari feray ba wala babul ferayo wala babul adun la minite yal na sedi de yalon moto koto nga panta ya pus famalata driver buka ko ma fele fam sisio akenole altel be wala nye ferayo pus famal driver buka lo kon saka fale ko ala bak akalin sisio le mol adam barotale asulara mol la wato ngata nga pus fanya ta fudara anyata fudara dama fudara je ama ko ma fele mol ma akela kunu adon nin 2021 kate fa yin Gambia do yata ko e afasa ay munke molla after nin kate fa wala fan do woslo so wala ni sound ka kuma and back it's a referendum for the Gambians to chart their way to the future adon masa kunda do ngol bulu ibe political behavior munna corruption o mum bije mol nyantale we fight against it to make sure that Gambia stands it's right footing in the international community to regain the confidence and the political respect of our partners in the global war. So, wala na kuma county, mba murundek.
Abaraka Sirif, thank you very much. So, tung sila Sedilia, dan after ngana line or yele. Sedili, dina rajibe Sedili.
Yeah, Abaraka.
Yeah.
Abaraka Lamin, Abaraka Mr. Kora. Yeah, question on the question kuma balom ni sango ala kumaya Gambian wali. Kumaya follow wala nyinti ko mbita tendendiro mbe wala kala December karotili nano 2021 prukata kana nyaton ko tombon kotenke bawon na bankola maral buko e men fo sanjilulu la nyanta kan nyaton ka kili tombo membe Gambia marala so wo ko kumaya tabakere mbe jambe wuri la adama ya kekule adama ma keku divergent opinion dolu ko adama mo do kulaleti dolu ko na bari bi Gambian all year 2021 welcome ni munela on the first and on the second wato men dada wato tanni nani 14 hours no internet service complete shutdown very bad start ndolbe 2021 welcome la Gambia la a system went off system me alongo wala ka internet service mbeje rek ngana way fananje wala public notice ko la bo holol te tamalam so ñing san follow ndol nga start nya kendola so fo adama do kulaleti mo me ala kana ta do ko la ko nte do ko lenti sijam ha nga ka rofa pride do ko ke bari ni adama be do ko la ha banko dingo be nyanta jelal so 2021 mu tenten di roleti anu lami e kuma kilene fo nyang mo la carte keso banko dingo ila carte keso akuma ya tabake nsa kacha jam fu jandi sam ndala kumaya ban carte keso wala ka nyaton kol tombo wala ka député wol tombo wala kan local government authorities wol tombo mayor ni chairperson sol elected mo na yalan kon ke tombo na carte keso latin dol ke tombo so momo be jolo na box kono amanya tala ni jusole ka fme ko emotions wala sentiments waran karela la ko diatanye surwal ka me ko yama ne la min konata la ko le diatanye mbar nga karto fay politiko tambita wala banko la doko tambita wala de carte keso jani ba di la mola ikala track record le jibe ning momo lota ate mari la track record jibe anu carte keso moma nyanne la carte keso tala ya wafi ya di modola ning in tilitanin fula nyato do mani 12 days time registration of start on the 14th of January to the 26th of February registration of kala banko beka pour momo ye ID card osoro ye wulu kayto osoro ye ale kalo la CNR kayto osoro kamiko attestation passport Gambia passport ya soto ise voters card soto mo nyin sila nano base carte keso carte fayran kayto dino keso dino mo la voters card akuma ya pour Gambia no le funti eta carte nyani bari ntolu la kol be mbulude bankol wol bita nyatole nin tuta koma ntollom bawo adam ntolle nga sindi afela mi nanyi nin karo la kotenke ndolle ba dita mina fo adam ni sanji lulo stock taking comme memenke kanjam ite momo yela report card of on okay adam na jata kenda la karo tata nyatole fata ta koma seno la bunda tata nyatole ba ndela balunya sone ata ba security sector reform kunun ko la mam mana fere jadang Junior National Mohamed Jallo ay Gambia muso Halimatu Sarr aya fa munela wuli keme fula afa wala kodo sambadula aya faji kabiri adama sita problems upon problems kurang la karolande balunya la karolande yes tonya la civil servants la joka fule wo mu tonyalti wo is positive ma adama baro na la 50% increment ke bawo e kombuke masakunda la kuma kende ngo fole ya city ando anyanta wala kala bar civil service reforms manke bawo bi adama le lota jam ala new year's address fon ako at masakunda la tamande rota kala mente kamol willfully kamol by civil service bara be ke kan ni menni adama la silo manta ye bay ni to liaje ko momen buka adama agenda so civil service tilimbal yal membe ke kanje wala be ke kanjan say nga mobile kumol fo jana no reforms in the civil service productivity man nyan taka nyato civil service be dabla la politiko kono abe kena sefolu ni alkalolu ko melte dabla la politiko kono nyato ko te melbla la politiko kono abe ke kan so stock taking so 2021 nyanta nyulle tenten adama ila hidol mendi adama ko janna ko sefolu ni alkalo nga man sakunda la motol jele ke stop denting bridge ni adama tata ni mid people to mena million tang dunta je million woro fo million tande dunta je ba man sekunda la motol le tata ji ye official day close a beta take political campaign amanke national development amanke Gambia la quality NPP le ke MPP tisaro le dunta je so this is stock taking for Gambia security sector reform manke mol mel yalan ko tinyaro ke hanisa wolle Gambia la interior minister bi a tol for TRRC le yanko ba sonko a to for multiple times photo nyalon bambo allegations level against him Sierra Leone president Julius Maada Bio braketa president ay falling rolek ay molle falling so lami 2021 is very important dula ku fana bije men kumayata wolom banko dingol bet lami luntangol le da bulan na politiko to asila nya warat ni wato ko non kam bari muso me alan ko kabe Taranga FM Mariama Jam ndafa ngo kundingo nga interview bantabale kununko nga go munete bulan nyina nga nyini nga amana nga mudo lete do ko start Taranga FM ako to Kabrin 2016 je bari Kabrin nyin do 2016 na mana nyingi ako aliens card aka Guinean le makoy Guinean fulol fo sign 2020 lete bosa anu iko Amad Ba fulo diamuta State House ako Guinean ako Guinea fulol ako fulol be Gambia le melen ko ike balika kaytol dila Gambia ka wosi wala Amad Ba na mana wosi wala kayti ko la Kabri 96 aman ko bilo dunda Amad Ba dunta Gambia politiko NRP form tele Kabri 1996 mo na mana Amad Ba moy radio abe fulol la kayti problème o fala fo biri yake minister atata je state house so nyin to fona ya be kam nafi nga mojale me ala diamta je akafoko border townships molbe nyin border townships ye na ye karto fa adama baroy kunun ko jan nga NPP la platform je lamin ye Senegal musu fula interview wol naate ko Maymuna Balde le invite kaneke dabla na politiko Senegal ye election ko jan Guinea le election ko jan
akamuda ko seku kolle koteke oto badi ngolo han kabi coming in feeling number pin nimi lafta kumandro kala isi kumandro ke on that number bo janni seku bina mbe min kala I'll just run an advert quickly sign tank but advert so run sign tank quickly and then I'll continue kachanyen na
Do you want to get more value for your dollars? And if the fees you pay for your transfer also matter to you?
Then ABS Money Transfer is your approved way to send money, nduga, cash power or mobile credit to family and loved ones in the Gambia.
Sending money with APS is like sending SMS. Our service is fast, reliable, safe and convenient. We have all our services under one roof at APS. We give you competitive rate, low fee and more payout locations nationwide than competition. We provide instant cash pickup, home cash delivery, or better still, deposit money direct into your personal bank account in the Gambia and be in charge of who sees what sits in your personal bank account.
Our APS cash service provides you with great peace of mind whilst you are on holidays in the Gambia. Should you run out of cash, you can use our POS for unlimited cash withdrawal with your European bank card. Just call us on 399-5264 for this service.
Our unique and innovative Nduga service provides and delivers high-quality essential goods locally sold in the Gambia. You can buy food items such as cooking oil, rice, sugar, and other essential goods.
You can also buy building materials to build your big and magnificent houses on time with our nationwide Nduga coverage service. No more going to the market. With APS Nduga, we let you concentrate on other important tasks while we take care of your Nduga shopping.
You can send money from anywhere in the world to the Gambia with APS using your bank card, and our services are available 24/7 online. Our Senegal and other African customers can use our Worry service.
Download our APS Money app today from Google Play Store or App Store.
Call us today on our UK office number +44 121 64 33003 or on WhatsApp +44 790 402 8180 or on our Gambia office number 399 5264 or on WhatsApp on 399-5264.
Better still, visit us online at www.apsinternational.com.
APS is a service approved by you.
Okay, mbadengulu ankabe kalfara kafale ko andal teri ko lami korate sirif kora ni se ku sedi lindo le bale jang ka milikata programme natale bi saturday bi sibitu lumba
office number 399-5264.
Sehu. Okay. Thank you, Sehu. Sehu, welcome back because I think Mole called Nunje, but we can hear you now loud and clearly. Sehu, are you with us? Okay. Nga kola so sign thing, nga kola bula kola ina. Kola bismillah, ito di mani ka komando komandole.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Ito mo jumaldi?
Lamin Marong.
Bismillah.
Okay, mbe kondo ni lawo de so de no. Se dina ne se fora.
Okay.
Ala programme dia da ba.
Inshallah.
Ala ko ta kun. Okay, wala tamo comme ko la do ko de na man tamo na famo di. Ari Islam ba ko tamo londo ni da ni do ya. Ya ko be kam mo ko man ko mun ya lon ko paso de da yol karan da de so e londo so de sa de wol kana ta woni. So kuma ta je ba ka. So albe mun ke ta albe gam da de ma kan albe diaspora nya na ba la lo no fu da so ko. Kom baro ko ya ko nyam. Diaspora ya karan ba ka don system ni na fulo ya kilo la tonde. Akon diaspora nda fa no poste ta no atata kan atake no ro nya. So kamala ansa ala fa ko diaspora kino nyim da jana ansa ando ala kilo kanam da jere mu yal. Mu ya mon son mo fa ni no ko bula ta no.
o ala kinu fe mo so no fa ni no 2021 na bon insha
barka bak
kunum bala sengol lo me kani haruna tarame ako abe hospital tan nan lom loku kan Gambia science right now hospital tan nan ako dolbe je expand kan dolbe je de maintenance kan dolbe je wolbu lo tan ko dolle so bar mara wo be gatel min ko ma mo katanan na centre badi ma fa baro lo tan ko do lo je la wala akati gol fana ma ke ko fu da je la ko amal tan de so mare do e ya ma fa raga ya ba ko na ma te la
barka bak thank you very much barka sirif budun ko nyum moy nyum fa nek kuma do fa nyam fa mi lan ko very interesting because ama han mi bakiro pa modu boja e programme o keno ay mul ngininka ako momo ni alon ko comme development be la ma fa la o yaaje ko kule be kel mi lan ko yirwa ko lo mo ek mandiro ki yafo bare mam kuma moye andong nyin kam fo leptan tan dan flo no ako classroom malon fo classroom flo ayo fo no fa ako fo classroom kemelom bang fo jollom bang abo ledda kan banko kam la bitare sa bi fala anada fo ko ngam nyim moy nyim bari la wala nyinde ko leptano mi alon ko leptani tan nan sirif nyim fana mo kula do lati
Abela de tan nade tan lulu amate kubande because akono fala jaman tan lulu lola no bare wo jaman tan
yamere ba ñu passé lati ba yamere ba ñu tan nan ni tan lulu fo ma passé lati ba
ya si do la ba asi bo ba so
okay bari lo halka bi al commandero ke fele nga number ñu pin wala mu 0044 7904 814831. Akamada nga Seku, we lost Seku. Seku, if you can come back again, then we can wrap up the program very soon. But bari will say lano fela lano yel tele al commandro ke number fela nga pin je ni mi lafta commandro ke la contribution okay. Mballa moyla. Sirifu, so that's quite interesting. Another political rhetorics me alonko they are not been backed up by any substantial evidence.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not surprising though. He's saying these things, just to impress people. But where are they? It have a lopano mundola, a classroom, came on for all the muntole. Go media with her enemy leti. It's a development project called, will book out for. So but we have Gambia GRTS we get. Need about lo kamina ne mo ida di molla. I tell the molla take muntole, but media will get a challenge. But you have the state, media. Why don't you use that? Yeah, the molla be dami ngata tonyalo. And they fanyimaje. Barangal na Gambia no fanang kuma de nyaman soro. Ma for development project called Mantra in Gambia. But ka fa ita the local tandu the local banko ka. Wodo munto.
Seku is back. Okay. Seku, butung nga kola do so ko baro ko. Yes, nkemole you come in very clear. Yes, nkemole. Ikamole. Nkemole.
Clear because I have to get my phone off airplane mode to stop
callers from
calling me.
Very good. Okay. Yeah, very good. So, thank you. Nkemole clearly.
Okay. No, that's fine. I got lost of the discussion. So, this is
yeah. So, maybe for can mbe kola so le nga kola mbe nga line yele le sande, but mbe kola do le commandero ka ko President Baroning for ngam Haruna be kajakan interview la.
I can't hear you. So I'm sorry.
Okay, but nga jibe.
It's not at your end. I can hear a lot of cracking noise.
I can hear having some sound problems. Yeah.
So I may clear. Can you hear me?
Very good. Can you hear me?
Nga Sirif moyle bari mbukete moy.
Okay, Sirif kante moyle ba?
Anke moyle, yes. Yeah.
Nga Sirif moyle very clearly, but mbuka lamin la moy.
Oh, okay, very interesting. But Madam Bokilo Nyames. But anyway,
very good.
Thank you very much. Okay. So I me for can draw. I'm nga line okay, nga line tang nga kolta. Assalamu alaikum badi. Ito di ma ka komando komando.
Alaikum salam.
Ngemole, yes. Go ahead. Hello, buddy, go ahead.
Yeah, Tomu Lamin Kintel Timbe Call Keka from Manchester.
Similar program.
Anyway, Mbal Tentulanian program, it's a very good program.
Lamin, you're on mute. What? Lamin, you're on mic on mute.
Yeah, I'll mic on mute. Lamin.
What they understand.
I'll telephone mute bang. I'll telephone mute bang. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so the men for the money, pour more make sure you register.
Stop it.
Yeah, because Baro member for Amuto will be and distract. So this is a way to tell people even if a Baro vote in, he's never gonna do anything that we expect. Yeah, so in 2016, I was in Gambia and been voting Bekekang. Then I don't know, some of the things that we have on the go in the ground.
Yeah.
So I mean, saying I've been from Nico Mo, for example, because said the Limunia, more can the Balamati, Mobile long and stop. Amarina Palasodo, within 3 years, I fell in Katamodo the moment long. It's just so scary. Yeah, so Puru coming from more than go. It's not coming more bitter than a coup d'etat, but it's just to go and vote. In order to do that, the more Yamar, the more voters card need beginning, the more encourage, and then we put everybody in the line. Purka make sure we vote Baro out.
Very good.
It's the only solution we have. And thank you very much. I mean, all the co-chair in the program, Sirifo and Insedili.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Mina program o kumfata mela baki abakamda me call nantandi natala koteke wrong. Seku one of the callers I mean from ko President Barola okay baganita. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum bading eto di ma neka komando komontole. Lamin juma. Lamin sise bismillah program auto sise kundango.
Yeah, mal program ke diari.
Baraka.
Comment so kuma klina fono drom. Delgame foning ke nga wili mabango goni. Because nidara jibe in Uganda Bobby Wine bala video do jibe ka ko Gambia copy wala dictator by nyaming so any country si dictator boninol. Yo sojar bukan lontel nyaro fem bukan lon nyaro na banko be nyaba be sirin konka jibe ro ko do sojar le ko lo wol nyaro forcer banko mumba ka ay fit. E be fala matna ya stop because banko be nyaba te fe bola sama ficho muy tolle Oto Gambia alinkana jibe nda famale be nyaro wala mbamale be nyaro wa ne to ko te diam layno. So dal nyanda jibe ro kala na ba adam baro na ga do mumbe na ata succeed layno.
Baraka
Baraka.
Seku.
Maybe focus callers all if anna diamol ga be ala bawo ni mu banku be kajalte but me lafto na time for la wolom ni call na rek you can always stop me. Mariama Diallo anyanta tenkun nale because ntenga Mariama Diallo fongo ngani nin kala te fongo ala background yalla Lamin muna na problem buka background kekske Gambia na rules all they are so relaxed mo se narano Gambia le ila parents ole ba banku doto yena yewulu Gambia rek straight on ye kayto sort of very easily abuka be banku to Gambia kola Gambia passport of pour ka soto Gambia ID card it's very easy fonga wuling na citizenship protect because kibarol fundita ko malon fo tonya so I'll say allegedly ko ate fam mu amanke Gambia noti iko abama ala andun brinta nga nyininga brina interview so nga ko Mariama ite fon mana de lori ginan ko la kola bawo ite mantra moda alien cards le mantra mola right fight kana manke genial ol dam mama alien cards issue so Gambia other West African nationals ol yaso Senegal ol yaso to Sierra Leone ol Nigeria ol yaso barati be lori ginen ko damale nga ko fo
one second nga kola soto assalamu alaikum bading
Walaikum salam.
Walaikum salam. Ito di ma ka komando komandole.
Ndelem Lamin Fafana be komando kala from Italy.
Bismillah program auto.
Mr. Konate mbe kontonna
e kala mo mina tala demande pour nga ñoo moy
mbe kontonna
bismillah
Mr. Koras kontonna and Mr. Sidili albe duko minna albe banku duko wala albe banku dingol bonde kan kula to biliyalon ko ma faham do sato ka tama nyame wala ya lonne sato ka tama nyame bari sakunda be nyame kande do pala fo kay neron ko aman soto okay alla in programme tol min be diaspora min tol min be soko be karanka nyen wala dal to da okay nte wala da min soto nyen alla in programme okay monem the significant thing the moment nga Yaya Jammeh ko DJ 2016 na Adama Barrow na la coalition of Enanje okay new criteria on DJ okay one human rights abuse keta jem one of the major topic keta mambo jabat number 2 corruption o keta jere keta fundamental rights to every government workers come anyanta corporal or else to survive no number 2 okay number 3 the fundamental rights muneti for the sirin damendo na dañi non na feto patol na sama ya jamme ko to ko ngabul di jewol okay say nimuta asiata the list goes on tabe for the small level line to nana ko panan kapola jëm okay say ning Adama Barrow nata anala technocrat sol nata especially na mon min be UDP itata ye national development plan draft ya samanan okay o national development plan kabran nata fon sol du hanibi ye mun na samanan ka fako okay ñene national development plan te kabrin tol ci man sakunda ne ñene fole num ni tuba bol d'accord ñu la ñene samanan sa ñene inem dulati melo ko be fonction kan dem satew dungol be na faso ko akat fenn bi jëm aman soto okay human rights abuse mi gada Yaya Jammeh la era kono muna kata kono kabri president Jammeh president Barrow sita hani sign muna fata kuto aning ay mu ya bole tandir gambe non la ko abe kuto tela nyin tole
barka bak
abaraka bake ajamo siatale bari alna wakili alla foro alkana ko mol buka mutade ka mutale ka wato le batonga si na carte keso aninna sate biya na surveillance comme Gambia lo afoye in 2021 election le bo determine na ko ntol mun Gambia non la di wala manke Gambia non fo la fa Gambia ta ñaatole wala man la fi Gambia ta ñaat fo la fa Gambia ki ñamo bankol ti bang fo man la fi Gambia ki ñaatu bankol
okay baraka
alma Barrow hani sign I minke president min na Gambia moti je min sita mi o ko bali ase pak kamate
okay ko lal be siare nga so demande baraka 1 second kamanta ko ngadole fana so do jang mbadi mbay ite min na sante ite lo folo demande so Italy bismillah programme to sante isa no hold on ite min na sante ite lo folo mbadi ba go ahead
yeah I'm going to Haidara
no mbadi ma ite lo folo okay bismillah programme to mbadi
okay Haidara
okay oh my god mbadi ite min bel loron telephone go ahead mbetelma no imbe dole fa dole fa na telephone dole fa na sign hold on yeah go ahead okay go ahead okay so ite min be say go ahead mbadi Abdou
yeah and that program is very very important because in that table follow most of the time but I teach them about this alien alien inspiring for our identification. Yeah, me that dunia dauda. It is right through Luntangol ye kite also. It has a notice Dunola Bankola, it a Dunola system or man kite also. Okay, but in the kite also the Dalilon Mina Wendel Paraya Kataraji. Among the community no one after Yantaka kite for the island. Because me that Bankol Katili Island will develop a background check in and then there is one thing, people that kind of according to the important connection when I put an into let's say money okay, Kaito di Bela. Okay, mobile button or Banko when the crime soon commit. He made a background all of. He said a Kaito di one. Okay, let's say we 10 people are different the media and this type of crime soon committee but in a Kaito di. One, okay, more crime commit. I more the farm. In a Jidama to the in a the other second one is a funded crime case. In a background with that school. So what are the 14, 15? Ibina Mulafredina frame la. Ibina for crime soul because a Gambia. Akabona min tolde ibaflen fulondel
aparaka bake mbade ngalinga na call surmande fan na contribution surmande because molbe siarne ya aparaka bake thank you heko wede aparaka bade nime commandero ke ala trial as brief as possible so dan si bon do fan tano do fan commandero ke man soto no bara fala message kina this year should be a struggle for change to reach what has been aimed road towards Gambia of self-reliance. Sekuba Sise, thank you very much for that contribution. That's his contribution to the program. Abarakabaki, thank you. So what you were saying about
okay, Lamin, I crave your indulgence. Mbaturek columns on point conclude.
Go ahead.
I conclude this point, and in fact, Atemela, I will take leave of you guys because I have another
program. Because we're going to wrap up now. Yeah,
program 3 hours time. So, Lavida Mempola Jarek, call men Lavanda call, Kumale for me and Kumayat about. So, Nimbari Muso be menke kanka Ginian old sembentu ya pour alien cards. Ateko, bao Gambia problem excuse so menka decide on COVID-19. Ala dalilo I for COVID-19 a financial body for these people, so Purkani alien cards to Sabe Yairola. But Ngamela Bafala alien cards. About video dolls about ID card. So which is which? And that from all citizenship, Gambian started like a question sign, which people have the right to do. Because iko ala wulula fulol button in Guinea and on 1997 constitutional I started all Maryland automatic citizenship. You can all isacho to no nila wulula killingo mu Gambia dingoti. Iba malon Gambia not whatever farmer automatically mu Gambia not. But in one day, you have to go through naturalization. Let immigration come out and clarify. Because a telephone I have found in the Gambia limelight. Because I made a Gambia, Molmala Kuong Anket, Nia Yasan Gambia Bula la Kuno, Ni Wulta, Equaka Marco Rolek, and it from Shotaro to la Carola. Ila citizenship isn't that Mafa Manke Gambia noted. Mafa must Saratol follow the let Mokana miscode. But Molden Yinikaro allegation on the Kekan sign. Audio be daka mafo wolon tonyari bawo molba te fon iko ay saratol men noma among naturalization procedures will follow to the letter. So immigration should come out. City Ture na la mol nyanda fundila le clarity on Mariama Jalo la citizenship. Ninga tara saratol normal naturalization. We have no qualms with that. You understand? Ninga Gambia's naturalization procedure will follow. Bantol member lunta yala bantla bankol kanya. We did the same thing. Nga surole norma. Fonga jang siran kaitol shoto. So wakata nyame ati fonanse o kenole. But aside men kuma yata jam. Amad ba fundi da nyin diamoke. Amad ba la nyin president la nyin to the rhetoric is constantly UDP leader wunti rajana ay concerns raised about ni luntangol la nyin registration ko. Amad ba fundi ta ko ha monadna Gambian membe Europe ni America wolbe katro faila. But tol membe Gambian meta sama baindola Senegal litlo. When has that become a problem for Ahmad Ba? Gambian meta sama bailola ni Mali ni Mauritania ni all of a sudden this is becoming Gambian lafida memvola lamin. Mbe chahan kan ko men nateng. ñin 2021 ko men kumata alen kana na do ko kensamati Gambia dingolu mbenga ke citizenship policy olti momo ning revising code solve ke kan nyanta funtilale pour ka jibe momo registration card alen na banku ka lankayto voters card al nga protect ñim bari musobe ñim men na teg abe wuli kan ne mol kana mafo moya assault mo manyana mo boyla mo kan ka me alon kan lo wala silo manta bari nga ñinin karo nga mol sa question nole hanente se vous li bi ninna Gambian citizenship Gambian ol ya right so ka question ite lamin konate mol si question nole ite la nyanda funtina ya foko tenin ten e kaytol funtindi so membe ke kan Gambia bawo Amad Ba atele ñindi amo be start Amad Ba le bampurin ka ndela jeroto de this is my opinion, this is not the opinion of member caring, it's my opinion. Ndela jeroto Amad Ba le ñi si fatam fan siro be samba kan Gambia ñin diamo tela be warandi so même fo la je wala ñenti ko to ñalom mbe ba fola nga falendro ke bari nin cha hanta jam fol luntangol register ta massively anu diaspora sain dol fa ba foga ne ko diaspora ma ñana karto fayla biko mol ko dol la jero ba ko ñi man sakunda se luntangol register ali ndela jeroto still diaspora we have to be principled. Ndolle lota jam ko diaspora nyanta katro fela so binin lota ko diaspora ma nyanta katro we cannot eat our cakes and have it at the same time. We must vote, we have to vote fonga katro fela bari nyanta men sementu yala wala nyiti ko nanna banko nga protect banko dingol ya protect luntan wulita lolong alota rangoto akaka katro fela Gambia banko le kan ite ya sute ko nyimul luntan because Gambia no ne Gambia no je kalom Gambia no me kayto soto Gambia fana nala dimbal be siri ngi nyante lonnale luntangol ninge je nyante sudola ali nga luntangol bondina rangoto let all the political parties come together lamin yenyin protect because adama ya lonne ko ndela jeroto adama nala mol ya lonne ko mam majority support to the Gambia because nuonte wallahi adama be ni kafun diro menaten ka siolu command state house ka meeting o commandi nyimbe pour suñarolon so lamin benna diamo danna janne thank you so much
baraka bage se ko semin ke sible sarodi dan sina sidi fo wa sarodi
thank you for having me on your this annual stock taking so nga kuma fo jang nga ma wuli pour ka mo doya so kam sa tolla fanan tentu bawo atelon ate fo nga tentu nga duwañi ni bal fanan alama ma bera 2021 election o kayra kono alama Gambia fanan dela jeroto. Let the Gambians make the best decision for Gambia. So, Mr. Kora Tentola, I think this is the first time not in the program. Mba Tentola Baki ala wati kumamenta kanani program. Despite the time difference in the US Ninjan tema, ala watu tola na kuma shehari ngole for the lamin kete for Nintendo Baki kete and Tubaka any audience kendolo. Ala baraka Baki. So until Wularo we'll be on member caring again on Nimbamba Mas. So thank you so much, Lamin, for having me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sirifu, for that brilliant contribution. So, Sirifu, Janibe Tebe Sarodila, Ngamukula Sarodila, Noto Science, scholar from Italy. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm going to Kende at
yeah, I can't go to the demanding.
Yeah, I'm going to contact Nala Doko Kende ata. Na quick so no mention last time Sedili Sunkuto me interview ke Maria Majallo about general registration about alliance. Ndela only concern moment the source of the phone ako soto mintole mo nyanta hold the kisi.
Very important question. Very important. Very important.
So, more mantra je concern kam, but even that they said in the message I can ask question why is the source of the phone but I think I'm because Adamato okay no like a general alliance pay because of World COVID-19 ni batandi voice moto strankanola moto guarantee no la tedama alone. That cannot be possible. Melba Koma will learn to kiss la first. There is a strong movement behind her. So you don't to kiss la no for our face.
Thank you.
Yeah, Baraka.
Mohammed Dabo, this is my program.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
La mbal na bage.
Be tontola, be jayla.
Apo doctor ma kondo na bage mo famata la bake Dr. Kora.
Okay, abe moy kam.
Yeah, la min telephone mun kondi be wala nyinte stay hubbe muso mun ko mun ko kan mun ke da Mariama Jallo. It doesn't matter for Maria Majallo fire Gambian citizenship atatala truly. You know, but what about Natakata Mulia Lonko? Obviously, those people they don't have the right to have the Gambian citizenship, or they don't have the right to get the Gambian paper in order to decide the Gambian future for them. Okay? So, Intel Gambian and people will think that this is a joke, but this is not a joke because bring Ahmad Bai Afo, bring Ahmad Bai, Yanin for Kafoka, Pulol Mukata Hekola, Inam will Benyan paper soto Kanaka vote Gambia, then Pajan Fanayafo Alak Diamo Konola Biraben Aning President Betamola. And in President Mount Pemfono, to me, I feel like this is treason. Okay, ite ka mol invite mol yalan ko e manke banko dun to purena molla banko ka ye molla future decide molle atale am nindel para ala fambe yam plantele wala la ndel ngamma mari on diun ngetu koma wala future ndel ngodun in trouble. No. Gambians should not stand and look at that like that. And you know there are forums and people are ready to die for Gambia because you know what, Ninsolo Sandanyos far. Other people are far because of Gambia free. Then why would we allow other people to come from other countries to come and decide our future for us? Abaraka. Kolal besiare bari ngamen albem sala program ko fa. Assalamu alaikum bading.
Assalamu alaikum Lamin.
Na jumalum.
Ndala Omar Saw Spain.
Omar Saw bismillah.
Sumol
albem jam.
Yo mbalbe kontana enen broda sedi le nyola ne koto ge nyin da plan nyina ta to lawo
Sirif Kora
ya Sirif Kora ngal be konton al tol nal konton la alma alen nal so simani jata ken dala ni harje firon ane sutoro ni tanko ni labam ko nyima
aminallah
alman nal tankala hadama din jawol mani hadama din setano
aminallah
Allah do ko nyi nyadam kanan kartulal do may kal kartule follow la wado bila mun na call follow
thank you very much
yo mbaranna kuma ko bita nyi muso yinna kuma ko wol kam
e kala mo mena tala mande
okay nga fa nam fanana kuma ko bita sunkudo yinna ko la kam Mariama Jallo so sunkudo no nyi ne aja ta ba haji la faabe sembo sot la be nyi maya nyaaka la Gambia moldal ba ko ma because ndanga jente sunkuti no nyina video jele bar wa sunkuti no ta hanyila mo ma bula nyina fa fonla miro dama wata keno la so ndanga menje political party lu fana nyanta menkala ya diamu ECOWAS ya diamu dunia be retarol ki ya itandi la ko na carte fayo mansula lunta ya dabula na carte fayo kono ni manka Gambia dimoti momo e dabula je ne fempen so ta lon ko e fon la si fama because Gambia don be nyanda kala police soldat de ngana dulal kanda because nen ko ba ko to laten amina kala mbulu wadi sama sinenen sama ntenam fam bonne no la kon
inshallah
ajibe men kada tanje amana lunta wale Gambia de fawor so ne o si pandol ko be kayto di la lunta wala na yamara nyembe kala domando le mina men kala wala be jaw yala nyin
baraka bake
so mfana ngal fe konton alla do ko nyinga alhamdulillah alama alen nal so simani data ken
e bari no buto albal hakodan la kol sol siatan de betano la bari mbal betendo la mbal be jal mile kumandro ke animil ma mile kumandro ke mandundo ngal betendo ngal be jay buru fo programme nya metal silang badinga kum fajan sai sirifu sipula saroke dan sina programme soro sibla
ya damina barka bake dan masar na solo ana ni mulya dia na bankete ka ba sai dilila to the last caller a very important points to raise about your voter registration on yin and then the not being a data sit lale ya de ka fo luntan kane dabula na yin carte fayo kono ngajela nun ko mando ka kelo no ya jamela jamano to ke mol bondi dan kasa masa ndula ko don to ka carte o dila ka voting ke na Gambian election auto ko nyanta bola le sai niaje Gambia de minara na Gambia ko na luntan minara na ide dabula la Gambia election o kono Gambia no la sonda wala Gambia de be nyanta itewol sidilale yo kele to make sure that Gambian sovereignty is protected. Lunta ya dabula je alkana song. Banku kotet nala ko bondi no Gambia je. de menole bo mone wata ka bondi fauna kana so mino malon fo ni sunkuto lomba moko dang lomba momon diate ali bang fauna nyolonde. You understand? So in Yantawal Talakata, by all means necessary, right, as long as citizens to make sure that the election is credible. Luntanli dabon in a quarter, Nitara Senegal, Nyongela, Nitara Guinea-Bissau, Nyongela, Gambia run on, Nyokunta Yabekalaje. I don't Gambia don't run a cycle, can make sure Kafa, more than any adu more like I don't any munya. Ima Ulu Gambia, Ibama Ulu Gambia, Fama Ulu Gambia, the criminal, Mola Kate, Fire, Bedabulaji, Pomujurnayan. More kana son wala ma fa mo leta e kelo ke fitno ke bari e tamalu asilora e tew city ye ni ona je ka fe la banku din yata ya fasa gambia diya mangi no fuga jayot yo na sala nyanta banku din yata la nganya la nga fasa nyanta fasa la nyami yo nyin diaspora election ba mo fo kan nte am very skeptical about it nyajam ko am skeptical about it ma fa diaspora man na voting kela bar ko kundi na watolo yo amad bañol ani moko don be ni state non mum di kan non juronde mid the people store wonanta mo be so be ndile la ko lale nyaade mo be lola political platform do adam barobe sidina ba fala ni frontier ko le ko albona senegal la le regista gambia adam baro mo widaria ay fo be mo fo kante o ma nyanna kala ibe dere woka isala ka batili mbali ba ko do man kadu ko mansatili new ni yemo mo ila political ila platform do mid the people store ala mol ko bandi ka mul yal ka fe market banko de ka fo ko alter mu yal ka ba be dala sa do al fin dina le voting ke Gambia election over idan president mo ma forward yala wo nakaro yitandile ada molde nyanta sobilale ni ta Dakar ye voter registration o kije ita mo Gambia diwne bari ta Dakar ka fa ni manka Gambia diwne ni ya jonka Guinea Bissau ita do fo no la ada Gambia diwne ta Senegal le bari mo ma lay happo mo munti Gambia diwne be Guinea Bissau mo ma lay happo mo munti ni ko wuli keme dul la ita so no ba ita je so mo nyanta ajlo awato man si folo bari ko
ngasaro di sai yes ngasaro di dengan ya
beten la bake ila management o nyeng ila la mo ral falam be tentu la bake mulya ko mandiro ke mulya try man don no se o sedili mba falam tentu la bake yo ay kuma sahari mballa fo jang ado hakima mulbe la way kam programme wala ngale karanta ko to bakele yo Gambia la ko be nyami nyaaje be minal na jamba ko kacala banku din ya kanolo adin kana banku da ka fasa ka je na banku eta nyaato ndel do donde manta sirin Gambia be si sino la janga fo buton be tubabu dula fuda nyawa nyandin at least ko le sonaren termal bat nga hino ne bala famun soto na moli su adon be fasa kan fasar nyala mu yalan ka fo mba jela ka fo tilone be tamala na banko kan to nyala be sabadla na banko kan do jihad wala man nana janka modoya man nana janka monen man nana janka mo kajafi nga munje su nga mommoy dole sadaka mbe tentula bake mbe ala dan la falam mbe din sankudo mun godon ay kayro dambe kenna banko tanka kembe sudra na banko nyaadon kol falam ke be juso nyabi ke silatili nu yitandila nyata na bako sambala nyami ya samba nyami anyama na karte fayo falam alama ala gisma bonje ka kembe kayrode alama be so sabu nyimmal abarka bake lami
abaraka bake sirif ngeten tu ngejay ngeni mbara bake foyla wata kumal mbe bulaje kana ka fo mbagne programme auto diamol la kunta alhamdulillah lon quarantaine ma diamo be mu londolati anin banku kano baadi ngolu alnalteri kano lamin konate to ngani programme nan hala jang to momen na communicator nan min programme min hala jang nin anan fadera anin awamane kamin na hala jang sibiti be don man dawda man nga fannadol jibele kaje ko sangmo mo be ko non si sangni za yiri kano nyaadi le nembe o ki jang wala mo sirif korati at fondin ko nyum at American Science anin segu sedi li mi yalan ko be Angleterre banko kan jang oto ngal tentu ngal nimbara to momena albe ko ftam mani programme oto dawle biye ngal yeyo mole comment mole safero kele and wol fanale hakili nyima balay tande na programme ko non karantal beno ma jang andu mon milan ko commandro ke nge tentu nge jay la kuma kan fa sahata milan ko man dunno e bare commandro ke ngal tentu ngal jay ngal hakodane kaje ko de kolsol betanola bare buton kuma fana mandia kuma kan mandia fem linga fem fo nani sahabota dan si Allah taala tentu wala bare nim fem yen kuma fo don milan ko asi adaki kasti ngal hakodane wala mu hadde o munna nasolet bara betata minta be betata minna wala nyinde ko sirfiya fo nyamen banku do kolomu nga minje anin be min korosi kan andu nga min fana moy na yiri kolto nga jerol to nga nasumandal itandalla o sumandal nyung asi mankinole asi fum wala fanan oto kada nyawnyande atol letamu kuma kanat atelle bayo yano la fonga kesol le fo ban fo man kesol fo altamu rol tasugo o nim futara jang si na sponsor fanan tentu nge jay mo ngata APS ka fo ko enim barabake ila be kata ko minna gambe banko yani gambe dingol be oto badingolo APS na lafta ko de kiola APS ta ali usually Apple ta ali download al sikodo kino na lafta duga fana na so be kalenole andon fana na lafta fana ka mobile phone le mo alla mol milan ko be gambe banko la be gambe banko kan alla lafta ke ma ko credit call la APS kanyum be kanole oto ali commande o minala advance play jang wala be kala programme ñu kum fatlati oto ala baraka bake mba fale happy new year to everyone alma kairo fala gambe banko kan dunda sankuto min ko alma kedam be sankura dimati na hamme kolu alma ale ke ala be kenye fem yatare kol yala kol yatare ndala ni sankono alma sonia kuto sonia ko kol beto na jankaro na jankaro min tar mbala alma ayo farala wulin kan andon kuram min fanam yalan ko be yayi kan gambe banko kan ani dunya be kan mba fula ko mbed Allah tara danna fo ala sin betankal ne dimbal tanka kuranyi fasa barako ban kadu kuranyi milan ko dekita bakele bangam dunia la fanna pela na economy na social life abe ay mantora oto mbed wala fo ala sin kuran turo fasay nga continue nga na do kolne na hadamal nin kunya ma nya sotuno oto la baraka bagal badima lamin konate dum fo do falon sirifu.
Do you want to get more value for your dollars? And if the fees you pay for your transfer also matter to you?
Then ABS Money Transfer is your approved way to send money, nduga, cash power or mobile credit to family and loved ones in the Gambia.
Sending money with APS is like sending SMS. Our service is fast, reliable, safe and convenient. We have all our services under one roof at APS. We give you competitive rate, low fee and more payout locations nationwide than competition. We provide instant cash pickup, home cash delivery, or better still, deposit money direct into your personal bank account in the Gambia and be in charge of who sees what sits in your personal bank account.
Our APS cash service provides you with great peace of mind whilst you are on holidays in the Gambia. Should you run out of cash, you can use our POS for unlimited cash withdrawal with your European bank card. Just call us on 399-5264 for this service.
Our unique and innovative Nduga service provides and delivers high-quality essential goods locally sold in the Gambia. You can buy food items such as cooking oil, rice, sugar, and other essential goods.
You can also buy building materials to build your big and magnificent houses on time with our nationwide Nduga coverage service. No more going to the market. With APS Nduga, we let you concentrate on other important tasks while we take care of your Nduga shopping.
You can send money from anywhere in the world to the Gambia with APS using your bank card, and our services are available 24/7 online. Our Senegal and other African customers can use our Worry service.
Download our APS Money app today from Google Play Store or App Store.
Call us today on our UK office number +44 121 64 33003 or on WhatsApp +44 790 402 8180 or on our Gambia office number 399 5264 or on WhatsApp on 399-5264.
Better still, visit us online at www.apsinternational.com.
APS is a service approved by you.
Hey, pachaki alla boyla nyancholo mo aka pachaki sam feto ngodi ngo min kulo kido kuma kan bu kawsila hey pa modi boja mimbe kering wato tije tele ka befo hey fengo fenka murum fengo fenka lokoti jonkongol kono larandal kono kutubungol kono hey tungol kono abe fintindi yana fe kenema momo ma ke ku wala minka ke ku wala momo ma fo ku wato tije abena fe kenala ya be fo pa modu bojang tanawo tanatela ifray fo e jakas bio muna fali mamo icho sano be ulabawo ayao aye muna pamodu nala molube kumalalman muna biode fali mamo icho sano be ulabawo pamodu bojanya la programo mbekeri nkafole nyama fali mamo icho sano be ulabawo muna fali mamo mbekeri ulabawo ayao aye pamodu anala molube kumalama ay pachaki